Apparently not fast enough. Crazy clown world, music from another land. Light and sound, surrounded by light. I've got my finger on the pulse. Curators of reality, they have no personality. Music from another land, light and sound in the dark of night. You're not alone, make your own reality. Be the monks in your life, protect mythos and mythologies. In a story for story's sake, the writing's on the wall. The band's playing Crazy Clown World, music from another land. Light and sound, surrounded by light. I've got my finger on the pulse. The curators of reality, they have no personality. Music from another land, light and sound in the dark of the night. You're not alone, make your own reality. Be the monks in your life, protect mythos and mythologies. In a story for story's sake, the writing's on the wall, the band's playing Crazy Clown World from another land. Light and sound, surrounded by light. I've got my finger on the pulse, the curators of reality, they have no personality. Music from another land, light and sound in the dark of night. You're not alone, make your own reality. Be the monks in your life, protect mythos and mythologies. In a story for story's sake, the writing's on the wall, a band's playing Crazy Clown World, music from another land. Light and sound surrounded by light. I've got my finger on the pulse. The curators of reality, they have no personality. Music from another land. Light and sound in the dark of night. You're not alone, make your own reality. Be the monks in your life, protect mythos and mythologies. In a story for story's sake, the writing's on the wall, the band's playing Crazy Clown World from music from another land. Light and sound surrounded by light. I've got my finger on the pulse. Crazy Clown World, music from another land. Light and sound surrounded by light. Theme song coming up. Hey, how you doing? Hail to the chat.
Ooh, hail chat.
Hail chat. Hey. Oh, hey, it's a theme song. Yeah. We are the OG in the fourth waves. Silence is golden. But we're not silent no more. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden. But we're silent no more. Hey, we do not kneel, marching to our own tune. Dodging and ducking loons. Get out of my way. You see the wheel is turned, the fourth wave's on its way. Running wild on the hill, man, I can tell you that bird sure can fly. Waving the fourth wave freak flag, you better let it fly. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden. Silence no more. We've broken the curse. So you can take your bag of tricks. Won't be silence again. My wings won't be clipped. You be you and I'll be me. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden, but we're not silent no more. Hey, we do not kneel, marching to our own tune. Dodging and ducking loons, get out of my way. Yeah, see the wheel, it has turned. The fourth wave's on its way, running wild on the hill. Man, I tell you, that bird, it sure can fly. Waving the fourth wave freak flag, you better let it fly. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden, silence no more. We've broken the curse, you can take your bag of tricks. Won't be silent again, my wings won't be clipped. You be you and I'll be me. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden, but we're not silent no more. Hey, we do not kneel. Hail Chronos. March to our O2. Dodging and ducking loose. Get out of my way. See the wheel has turned. The fourth wave's on its way. Running wild on the hill, man. I tell you that bird, it sure can fly. Waving the fourth wave freak flag. You better let it fly. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden. Silent no more. We've broken the curse. You can take your back tricks. Won't be silent again. My wings won't be clipped. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Man, is it me or is the chat? Is the chat like stopping and then going and then stopping and then going?
Yeah, it's like this weird pause thing.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
YouTube's been weird with that lately.
Oh,
I've noticed. And the interface with StreamYard in the chat, it's like there was 4 chats that weren't there, and then all of a sudden, bink, it was there. And I'm just like, wow.
Well,
I wish
I'm just
StreamYard
happy
had
they keep continuing.
Absolutely. Well, I wish StreamYard had a dark theme, because when I switch back between the chat, I always have the dark theme on YouTube, and then on StreamYard, it's like, I'm blind.
Yeah, and but you know, if you want to get a break from that white, hover your mouse in the right corner on the yard, and you'll see a little square pop up.
Right where?
Click the square, and you'll get the yard full view. It's all black and dark.
Oh,
see everything. Yeah.
Oh, there
they
you
gave
go.
you a
Well,
full
that's little
screen
better.
option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't see the chat, but you can see everything else real big if you want to get a break from the blasting white menu.
Yeah, I just pull up a separate tab and have the chat in there because we can't type back in StreamYards anyway unless you're hosting the thing. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And they added
Good.
that like a couple weeks, 3-4 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of a new feature.
Yep.
Yeah.
No fanfare, just a little box appeared there, and like, hey, what's that?
Yeah. Hey, Rowan, how you doing?
Hey, Rowan.
What's
Good
up, Rowan?
Good to see you.
Yeah, more things need a dark theme. Yeah, dark themes. It's the way to go. It's just easier on the eyes.
Yeah.
Way easier on the eyes.
I have gotten so used to navigating YouTube with the bright menu, and I used the dark, and I was like, oh, that just doesn't look right. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I had to switch it.
It doesn't hurt your eyeballs. It's softer. That and everything needs a dark theme. I don't understand why we need all this white surrounding things. What we need is contrast. We don't need this bright white light that highlights.
It's like a soft gray or something like that.
Yeah,
Because
something.
when Chrome updated the browser for Windows, hey Latino, how you doing, man?
Hey, Paulie.
Hey,
¿Qué pasó?
Polly.
And so when they updated Chrome, the plugin I had for dark mode was basically obsolete, and they told me that I had to get a different plugin. And so, of course, I went to get a dark mode plugin, of course, and none have quite what I like or what I want, and so I found the most basic one, and installed it. Go figure. Programmers, designers, web designers, browser designers, they love to frickin' change things. And I know I'm kind of sounding like Bones or Scotty talking about technology.
Get off my lawn!
Yeah, it's like they love
The
to change
Twitter.
things. The Twitter.
I'm on the Twitter.
The Facebook.
Speaking
Facebook,
yeah, speaking of the
Webs.
Facebook, how about the turtle? Where is the turtle?
Oh, is he here?
I don't know. I thought I
Shellback?
seen him active in one of the chats earlier.
I don't see him on here right now, but
Yeah.
I hope he does jump in.
I seen him earlier. He's normally up right around this time.
And yes, RR, I am up late. I am. It's true, but the bear actually accidentally thought that the boss was coming on tonight, and so I got the summons. She's like, "No, you're going on the stream."
The boss makes off camera appearances. The boss is kind of like Vera from Cheers, Norm's wife. You never actually see her.
Yes. Yeah. No, man, she runs things. I don't care what anybody. The boss is like, no. You're gonna go on Bear Stream for a little bit before you go to bed. And I was like, all right, I'll put on the red shirt.
Hey, everyone, say hello to Raquel. How you doing?
Hello, Raquel.
Hi, Raquel. The boss will probably say hi too from bed.
Yeah, hail the boss, like RR says. Hail the boss.
Hail the boss.
Yeah.
Shellback.
Shellback.
It is Shellback. I don't care what anybody says. It's not Shellback. It's Shellback. Shellback. I love Shellback.
Every time you say that, I just picture a
Andrews
turtle conducting an orchestra.
I know. It's crazy.
I just sent him a link, and I can tell you that he's seen said link.
Ooh, fancy.
Shellback.
Because Shellback. Because when you
Shellback.
The Shellback. So basically, when you send a DM on Twitter, that little arrow turns orange when it's seen, or whatever color you happen to have enabled. I happen to have orange because I like the orange on the gray blue. Hey, the gray blue dark mode in Twitter. Hey. So, what did you guys think of this first episode of Stargate?
I liked it.
You won.
Yeah,
I'm into it. I'm into it because I hadn't seen it before. This is the first time I've watched the Stargate show. Obviously I've seen the movies. Yeah, I've never watched any of them before. So, and I like them. I always liked the movie. I don't know why I never really got into it because I remember seeing it on TV when it was on. It must have been up against I don't know, maybe it was up against Highlander or something, and I had a choice to make, and there can only be one. So,
the premiere started on Showtime. That's where it started, and there was full nudity in the first premiere, in the first episode, and it was on Showtime. And so what they did is, and I never even knew that it was on Showtime when it first came out. I thought it came out on Sci-Fi Channel, and what was it, the Space Channel? Hey, Larry, how you doing?
Hey, Larry.
Hail.
I thought it was on Sci-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it premiered on Sci-Fi, and after the fact, all these years later, I find out it's like, no, it was on Showtime, and that the first episode is an hour and 34 minutes long. So basically, if they were to split that episode apart, it'd probably be about less than 40 minutes each, or slightly more. Don't count on my math.
Yeah, I figured they were probably about 43, 45 minutes, each. If you broke that first part movie into two.
Yeah. And it's a good watch.
Yeah, the first 5 seasons were on Showtime, and Shellback is here. Shellback.
Hail Shellback.
Hail Shellback.
Shellback.
Hello.
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 I made you a special icon, Shellback, and you can't wear it.
Dude, I have to freaking transfer it to my email and then download it back onto my computer or something like that, and I just hadn't gotten around to doing it yet.
Uh-huh.
Because you can't, for some reason, when you send stuff like that on Twitter, you can't just download it. Oh no, that would be too effing easy.
Yeah, it is annoying when you send through Twitter. I've noticed that too. It's like an extra step.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't save the file correctly.
I am wearing Shellback's emblem right now.
Oh yeah, I see that.
He can't be bothered.
I see that.
What, you made it?
Hey, Kronos.
No,
hold on a minute. If you check the info below, you will find everyone's link below, and we'll be throwing them periodically in the chat. But for all of you that don't know, everybody on this panel, you can find their links in the info below.
Oh, Kronos is a big SG fan. Yeah.
Wow, cool. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Master Geek, he says.
I love Stargate SG-1. I liked the movie Stargate, and everyone thought everyone thought they were going to get another Stargate movie, but that ended up not happening, and they ended up decided to make a TV show, and I mean, it's like the first episode is damn near like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah,
it is like
very much is. Yeah,
and I'm kind of wondering if they basically had plans on making that a movie and went with the actors they decided to go with, and the transition between the Stargate movie and the Stargate episode 1, SG-1 episode 1. The actors, they did a really good job of playing those characters. It's almost seamless. It's not perfect, but almost.
No, I mean the guy, what's his name? Michael Shanks. Yeah, who plays the James Spader role, Jackson. He does a really great job. I mean, they made him look similar with the glasses and the hair, but even his acting style, like the way he kind of says certain things, his vocal patterns, and his movements, the way he looks, it's very similar to James Spader. He did a really good job.
He definitely stood.
When they were making the first episode, and basically in the first season, he really did go out of his way to portray the original character the way the original actor did, and that original actor just happens to be my favorite actor.
James Spader. I love James Spader.
Man.
He's great.
Man,
he's really good.
Blacklist. I love his character.
Fantastic in Blacklist.
Oh yeah,
He was good in Avengers too, also.
Yeah, the voice of Ultron. Yeah. He's been good in everything he's in. I mean,
so Michael Shanks, I think he really did give that role just A+, 100%, 200% in what he did with his acting on it. It was I loved it.
Yeah, well, Richard D. Anderson did a great job as the military voice of things. I mean,
yeah,
look, I mean, you have to remember this show, like you said, Bear, it went from Showtime to Sci-Fi. I mean, the first 5 seasons, I think, 5 seasons were Showtime, and then it moved over to Sci-Fi. Well, Sci-Fi back then. Now it's Sci-Fi. But he freaking ruled this show. I mean, if you want somebody to pull something, Richard Dean Anderson is a good dude.
MacGyver's your guy.
Yeah, MacGyver's your dude. For sure.
There's not a hint of MacGyver in his performance either.
No.
This is totally different from what
legit its own character. I mean, he fucking boxed it out and did a great job. And I don't curse very often, kids, so I mean stuff when I use bad words. But it's he did a bang up job of this character, and I absolutely this is one of those series that does justice to the movie that it was essentially born from, in my opinion. It was great. This first episode is exemplary.
I really like the fact that they, it wasn't a retelling of the story. It wasn't separated from the movie. I mean, it's a direct. I think it happens in in the world time. I think it happens like a year after
Yeah, it was a
the
year
movie
later.
leaves off. Yeah, a year later, and then I think it was made 3 years later from when the movie was made. So it's close to the original. They play the same characters. It continues right where a year after, so pretty close to where it left off, where Jackson is still in the he's still in the other side with his wife. I mean, it's great. They just brought back all the original characters, not necessarily the actors, but the characters, and pick it up in a really, and the way they expand it really makes sense. Like, I just thought it was really well written. It methodically.
I mean, it was right after they killed Ra. I mean, it was right after that. I mean, that's basically where this picks up. So they're off and running. Yeah, throughout the entire thing. I mean, it pulls straight out of all of the mythology that it pulled from originally in the film. Egyptian, Greek, Norse. I mean, it essentially pulls everything out of the original film. Seriously, I mean, it is this first episode.
Ra's twin brother, Apophis.
Oh God, yeah. But it fed right out. Yeah.
They do a great job of expanding the lore and addressing what some people might consider, plot holes. Like, they set it up. They, this is the reason we're firing up the Stargate program again, and it does a great job of setting up why they're opening up the Stargate and going back into the program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Unlike, some other shows out there that just seem to not pay any attention to what came before it. Star Trek Picard.
Right.
Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't mean to utter that.
You had that beginning scene where basically things had been pretty much, and there were some original people from the movie that were in this.
Yeah, I did recognize some of them.
Scar was one. SG-2. The leader of SG-2 that was assigned to it, he was in the movie.
He was in the original, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't. I don't know if it was the original girl that Daniel Jackson married. I don't know.
No, I
the
don't
original actress.
think it was.
But she looks really close.
Yeah, she looks similar.
She looks pretty close. And
yeah,
it's passable. It works.
Yeah. Yeah, what a nice switch to. Her character too. What kind of prompts sort of the whole thing, really.
Yeah, and when she becomes a Goa'uld, oh man, oh jeez, the outfits. Oh man, the outfits.
The outfits are really.
It's like I'm seeing the outfit. I'm like, why don't they just show the full bodied outfit of that? That's just like, holy cow, that's ornate. Imagine the budget they had with some of these outfits and all these.
I was thinking that actually with the effects and the costumes. Yeah, the budget must have been. Well, you said it was Showtime, right? Originally.
Yes.
So that tells you something. And they did have probably a higher budget than if it had originally appeared on maybe Sci-Fi. They probably wouldn't have had the budget at first. But Showtime, you got a little more money, especially back in '97.
It still looks good today.
It does. Yeah, it really does.
It does.
It's hard to tell some of those effects from the movie effects because they're pretty close, pretty good.
And can you believe this show started in '97?
Yeah.
And most people didn't catch on to this show really until it was on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yep.
Yeah. See, that's my thought of it is when it was on Sci-Fi. So I didn't even know it was.
What was it? The year 2000 when. Or was it 99? No, it was quite a bit down the road until it went on to, because it was on Showtime for what? How many seasons? Someone said 5 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It did. It did 5 seasons on Showtime, and then it moved to Syfy for seasons 6 through 10. So yeah, and then it was followed up immediately with Atlantis. Yeah, great show. And further down the road in Stargate SG-1, there will be hints, because we all know that there's a show, Atlantis. There's some hints throughout the show that's dropped about, what's the ancients that designed the, they're called something. They,
became they went to a higher plane of existence, because that's what the ancients that designed all the Stargate and all the technology. It was designed by them.
The Goa'uld?
Well, the Goa'uld didn't create the Stargate systems, and that's the first thing that they find out from Tilk, because Tilk explains to them that the Goa'uld didn't create the Stargates, and they learn in this episode that it wasn't necessarily the Goa'uld that created it. Someone a lot older created it.
Oh yeah, because they were put all over the universe apparently.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
extensive.
Yeah,
extensive. And so in this episode, they learn that these Stargates just don't dial one.
Right.
They can dial a whole bunch. So Tilk brought a whole bunch of information, and between Tilk and
No.
Jackson,
It was
they brought gate addresses.
Yeah, it was the Altera. The Altera.
Yeah. And so it's just beautiful story, man, the way it was done. And you know how in the beginning, after basically the beginning where the Goa'uld come and raid the SGC, and it was in its infancy. It had been inactive for a year, and all of a sudden the Stargate starts turning, and they throw a scanning device, the round device with a small flat part of it, and it scans everyone in the room, and then Jaffa enter in shooting folks up, and then they kidnapped one of the soldiers, one of the blonde females, and they were going to turn her into a Goa'uld, but the Goa'uld refused. Rejected her. Yeah. And so basically, you're going to go on to be a basic slave.
I think, or don't they kill her?
I can't remember if they killed her or not.
I think they kill. She starts like bleeding out. He does that sort of mind meld thing, and she turns to her head falls to the right, and she starts bleeding out of the mouth. So I thought they were killed. You never see her again,
right?
When they go back into the world to try to get her, you never see her again. So I thought she was dead. They killed her. It's like, I got no more use for you, Which kind of is what they do later in the show when they have them all in the jail cell. They pick the ones that want, and then he says, kill the rest.
So when that happened, Hammond is kibitzing with Colonel Jack O'Neill, and they're kibitzing back and forth. And Hammond's figuring out that O'Neill wasn't exactly forthright about the Abydos mission a year before. And so they're like, oh, we're going to get a thing from, what is it? What's that name of that real, what is it, ITT? It's a technical school. They created the MALP that goes through the wormhole. And Jack's just like, oh, I got a better idea. Grabs a box of Kleenex, and they throw it through the wormhole. And the box comes back a few hours later, empty, and thanks, send more.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how they knew Daniel. It was Daniel.
Right.
So the play between the two characters is still very similar, but softened, because Jack O'Neill's like, well, you did save our asses and get us back home.
Yeah, they've been through that, that in the movie now, the characters. So, they kind of pick up on that sort of playfulness, that kind of mutual respect that they had for one another. I really liked the Kleenex box idea. I thought that was a good touch, because of his allergies. It's like, why just send a letter through? Because anyone can fake a letter, but you send something personal through, how they respond to it, you're going to know if it's them or not. That was a smart idea, nice touch, good writing.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a really just a great episode. It shows the realization Hammond is starting. You can see him during the debriefing. That ancients, that's right. That's the word I couldn't quite get. And you could see Hammond thinking they're like, there's more than one Gould. The one that died, there's more. And Teal'c's like, there are many system lords, and you can see the start of beads of sweat in the forehead. They ain't quite there yet, but you can see they're thinking about it, and they're like, oh man, hail Justin Proper, how you doing?
Hey,
Hail,
Justin. Hail.
Well, and so you can see all these guys. They're all like scratching their freaking heads, and they're like, oh man. And so they realize they can go to all these gates, and of course the military, they're thinking right off the bat, technology or weapons to defend the planet.
Right, exactly. Military application.
Yeah, and you got the morality plays laced throughout the story. What should be done? Do this, do that. What's right? What's wrong? It's in the story, and it's there. It's perfect. You can see they don't overplay it. You know.
Yeah, and they don't necessarily make the military look overly, evil or completely corrupt. I like the way they portray was he a general? I'm not sure if he's a general or not, but the
General Hammond.
Yeah, okay, he is a general. Yeah, General Hammond. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the way they portray him.
It's Major General. He's a Major General.
Major General.
His rank. Yeah, because and that's the thing, they show the ranks pretty good on the uniforms, and I just happened to see the rank on his uniform, and I'm like, oh, so you're a Major General. And so basically, and a Major General is that's a 2-star general, I think. If you're a Major General, that means you've got 2 stars, I think, because he did have 2 stars on his lapel, and it said Major General on his uniform.
Yeah, he does a good job at portraying, a good seasoned major general that he's hardline. He's got his beliefs, but he's also not like totally tyrannical and completely corrupt. They did a good job with him, I thought, as well.
He reminds me of my uncle Yellow Dog.
Yellow Dog?
Yeah, my uncle Yellow Dog. Yeah. Yep, looks just like him.
Shellback, have you watched SG?
I have. It's been a while, but
yeah. Yeah, Larry, you're right. General Hammond, the guy who played him, was in MacGyver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And, after they got all the characters in place a couple seasons down the road, there was some MacGyver jokes here and there. Actually, they'd be more like MacGyver gaffes. There was a few here and there, and they were done well. There was also some skits where they talked about Star Trek. Yeah, Selmax. Selmax, my favorite character later on in the show. Yeah. Say again.
On the show, they reference Star Trek.
A few seasons later, yeah, I think it might be the 6th season. The guy that played the Doctor in Enterprise, guest starred.
Oh.
What was that TV show where those smart guys? I think it was him and a few of those guys that played it. That was an interesting episode, I do have to say.
Oh.
There was appropriate humor in appropriate places, and there was some Trekkie stuff. They were Trekkies, and they were having a conversation about it. It was just ironic.
Yeah.
It was ironic. They went through a wormhole, and they were on a planet probably 500,000 light years away, and they're cracking Trekkie jokes. So that was interesting. I think that's season 5 somewhere. And so, yeah, man, the Stargate, the story, it's going in really good places. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, they really open up the whole universe. It seems to be, many portals and and they come across those like worshipers, which I thought were almost like the druids or something. I thought that was a pretty clever addition too. When they get to that second planet.
Yeah, I also like Selmac's character, but that doesn't happen until they meet the Tok'ra, and it happens a little while later. Those of you that don't know, the Tok'ra are Goa'uld that had been fighting the Goa'uld, and they separated from them, and they've been fighting them for centuries, thousands of years. But they don't meet the Tok'ra until I think the 4th season. Don't hold me to that, but it could have been the 3rd season.
I don't really remember this particular episode.
Well, there's a lot of... All right. Basically, this episode was really made for the fans because there's all this really good information that, we crave in a good story. And it's all there. The beginning part, it's a little slow, but, it's building up the characters because this is a new TV show. And when it first came out, and it got a really great response. And
Some of my favorite episodes, from what I remember, anyway, some of my favorite episodes had to deal with when they would run into whatever
Asgard.
whatever Tilk was.
Yeah.
Basically, the warrior servants or whatever of the Goa'uld or whatever.
Yeah.
And when they were going through that whole arc of having them rebel against their overlords, here and there.
Yeah, Jim Bob says the episode where they were playing golf through the wormhole. Yeah, basically they were having a Groundhog Day episode where they were living the same day over and over again, and only O'Neill could remember it.
Mm.
And there was one other guy that they found on the planet that also could remember it, but that's a couple seasons away. But that was a great episode.
What happened?
Lived and then the base blew up. What's that?
Something happened with the wormhole, and they
were living the same day over and over again, and then and I guess it was him and Tilk were remembering it, but nobody else was. And so basically, what they started doing is they're like, well, if you could do anything without no repercussions, this is the time to do it. And so they just did all kinds of messed up things over and over again, and just to have some fun in between trying to fix it. They're like, why don't we have fun this time a little bit? And so that was the one where they were hitting golf into the wormhole. Yeah. Poor soul's getting hit with golf balls on the other side.
Yeah. Hole in one.
That was a good episode. But yeah, this first episode, it's got everything you want in a sci-fi episode. It's got the right amount of military stuff going on. It's got the planets that are light years away. Oh man. Great things to come in this series,
what you could do is like do like a small, like a marathon, whatever, and make a drinking game every time Teal'c says "indeed."
Yeah.
You'd have to take a drink.
Where do you think I get the "indeed" from?
Yeah.
You notice I say it every now and then here and there, Yeah.
That's where I get it from. It's also a GIF on Twitter. You can. All you got to do is type in "indeed" and you'll see Teal'c. Yeah.
Oh, and the eyebrow raise when he goes "indeed."
Yeah.
Yeah. There were some homages in that show. The eyebrow raise, an homage to Spock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
SG Atlantis also had golf in it. Must have been a theme that ran through all of Stargate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Golf's a thing, I guess.
Well, Air Force people like to play golf.
Culture, are you with us? He's had a lot of coffee, folks.
Coffee.
I'm very good. I'm very good. I have great hair, and yeah,
We know.
I'm with
Uh,
and I'm the one that was spouting off facts about the show while y'all were just, going off on your little tangents. What are you laughing about? What are you? No, I look. I watched the show. I mean, it was one of those things that just fell in my lap. We had to, I don't know, appreciate that Sony Television took all the effort that they could to make this thing go. The first episode of the first season really set the stage for what was going to come. So if you can't appreciate that, I don't know what to tell you. But this, much like Battlestar Galactica, was one of those series that you could put your arms around because it honored the original thing. And it's not often, at least in recent pop culture, that actually happens. And when Richard Dean Anderson left the show, it changed. But at least for those years that he was with the show, this was amazing. And the first episode, speaks to that. And eventually, when you find out the Altera were the ones that created the gates in the first place, and we go forward, I mean, this kind of sets the stage. So this episode is, gosh, I don't know, it's freaking everything. It's the Easter basket of the show. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Does a great job of setting up the future adventures and what it is and the multiple Stargates, all that stuff.
no, why did he leave the show?
I heard
Is there any
originally
story
because
behind it? Or?
he wanted to spend time with family.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe he had a health thing that nobody knew about.
I was wondering about that too. Yeah, I was wondering.
He's still alive though, right? He's not.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he might have beaten whatever it was.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. Did he have any affliction or anything like that? I don't remember
Not that
hearing
I'm
anything.
aware of.
But
Usually, spending time with family is a cover for something else.
Something else.
True. True.
Yeah.
He did get a little heavy. He did gain some weight. Because those two
That's
made for
the
TV.
understatement of the year.
Yeah.
He does not look like himself now. That's for sure.
Really?
Well, he pretty much retired, and yeah.
I haven't seen him recently.
Oh, geez. Yeah, he does not. It is a bit of an understatement. Wow. Jeez.
You got an image? Let's share it.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
Yeah, he had a really weird appearance in Continuum. But
Yeah, he did. Hello, Darth Haster.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I would never have realized that was him.
He's got the grandpa look going on, man.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, he doesn't even
Yeah.
look like a shadow of himself.
He was a very, very
Wow.
private guy,
Hmm.
He did keep things on the private. That's for sure.
Well, he looks like a shadow of himself, but more of a when the sun is at say 5 o'clock and not high noon.
Yeah.
The fat shadow and not the skinny shadow.
Right. Yeah, it's
No,
that's-
well, I mean, hell, how old is he? I mean,
yeah, he's old. He's older.
I
he's
don't
his
blame
70s.
him for looking like that at this age.
Yeah, I mean, geez, he was in great shape for the majority of his life, Yeah, but I just wouldn't even recognize him.
He is 70 years old.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah,
I can give him a pass on the neck waddle and all that at age 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just not the guy you remember. But that's okay because we will eventually become the guys we don't remember.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
I mean, I did look younger at one point in time. It's true. you know, I always had fabulous hair, but I did look younger. So,
Hail, Angela Straven. How you doing?
hey, Angela.
Hey, what's up, Mikhail?
Hail, Angela Straven. Hail, Mikhail Wolf.
Mikhail Wolf.
Kill.
Yeah, dude, we're starting to fill in, guys. Welcome in. Yeah, look. This episode, not only set it up, but the ending of the episode was ridiculous, and I mean, I know we're not that far. I'll let everybody else talk about it, but gosh, it set it up so perfectly. I already said what I had to say. It was the Easter basket of goodness that was to follow.
All in all, man, this first episode sets everything up perfectly. It sets a continuous storyline amongst all the little diversions here and there along the way. Great stuff.
Very good stuff.
I'd love to have it. I'd love to have it on physical media.
Check that out.
He looks pretty good to me. He lives in Canada. He's not a Lizard Hollywood person.
So many of them are.
Raquel, yes, you are correct. That is not a lizard. That is not somebody who has blackened eyes from stealing the life essence of others.
That's a guy that's got grandchildren and got a good family life,
He had a good life.
Yeah, dude enjoys going out and eating pasta.
Well, yeah, I would love to eat pasta. Oh, in 20 years, I'm going to eat pasta. It's gonna happen.
Oh, Amanda Tapping
20
is
years,
directing
okay.
some of the CW stuff, huh?
Who is?
Interesting. Amanda Tapping, she's been directing some of the CW hero shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which ones, Larry? Just out of curiosity.
That is curious. Because there aren't good CW hero shows, or there haven't been since the first 2 seasons of Flash, anyway.
Yeah, it's all kind of gone downhill.
Yeah. We're not trying to skip ahead too much, Kronos. But there's so many great stuff that happened in this show. I mean, there's 10 seasons? 3? Was it 3 TV movies? Was it 3 TV movies or 2? It's been a while since I watched the TV.
And that's just SG-1. That's not counting Atlantis or what was the other one? Let's say Dark Fate.
Universe.
Don't say Dark
Universe.
Stargate Universe.
I know that's not right.
Oh, no.
Dark Universe.
Yeah. The Ark of Truth was the movie. Continuum was another movie. There was a lot going on with this show. I mean, it one thing kind of just flowed into another. I mean, MGM kind of had their pulse on, with their finger on the pulse of this one. So at least they kept, in contact with the original property, and they actually, like I said, for the most part, honored it. And
did you know that the original creators of Stargate didn't like the TV show?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
They were against it.
They were against it.
Yeah, they didn't like it. They wanted to
they
make
weren't
movies.
involved.
Well, you know what? Glasser went on to make other stuff. I think Brad Wright probably did too. But, or excuse me, I should say they were the
Dark
creators
Matter.
of this show. It was actually
the creators of this show created Dark Matter.
Yeah. No, it was. I think the original movie makers were Dean Devlin, who was a great movie guy. He did a lot of stuff.
Dean Devlin didn't Richard and him had a production company together.
Emmerich?
Him and Emmerich. Wasn't Devlin involved in that too? They had their own little production company.
You're probably right. I mean, Devlin was like, he was essentially the writer for Stargate, as far as I know. I mean, he was the founder of Electric
Mazzoli
Entertainment.
was one of the Brad Wright, and Mazzoli was one of the writers.
I don't remember. I honestly can't. I mean, Devlin just was involved in so much stuff. I mean, he wrote so much crap. God, he wrote
Brad Wright and Jonathan
a ton
Glassner.
of stuff. Oh, really? Okay, all right, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. The director of this episode was Mario Azzopardi. Is Azzopardi? Am I saying that right, or am I just tearing that
I
up?
have no idea. No idea.
Azzopardi. Azzopardi? Azzopardi? I'm just messing that up, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Are we going to the Azzopardi?
Yeah.
The house party? Where's the house party?
No,
Oh,
it's
man.
just, and look, I mean, if I get to 70, I'm going to be really thrilled if I look as happy as Richard Dean Anderson does right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Raquel Briggs, you're right. I mean, this show was brilliant. I mean,
Hey, what Larry says is true. They are working on a new Stargate related series.
no way.
And it's not going to be one of those mini webisode
Really?
ones. They're doing an actual series.
That'd be great.
Now we know how things
Oh,
go
dude,
these days.
Stargate
Will it be great though?
Hopefully.
Or is this another
No,
chance
Cronus
to
is
ruin
right.
another-
Yeah.
No,
I'm knocking on real wood right now.
Yeah, no, but Kronos is right. Seeing this film in the theater originally, and again, I'm a huge Spader fan. The film that this series is based on was just awesome, And you look around and you go, man, Russell was brilliant in this. And think about it, Russell was a Disney kid. Russell went from being a Disney kid to protecting every other youth actor in Hollywood, and he did that for a reason, guys. But he also managed to make amazing films going forward. And I think everything he was in was kind of golden. I mean, even the films that were now cult classics like
Big Trouble
in Little China. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Escape from New York.
Escape from New York and Escape from LA.
Yeah.
New York is better.
Well,
But they're both
Escape from LA film might have been oopsie. But
Yeah.
for the
It has Steve Buscemi that's pretty funny in it. It has its moments.
Dude, Buscemi's awesome. Yeah, no, absolutely. But and actually, I was on Christie's movie stream today, and Escape from LA actually happened the year that we covered today, and nobody picked it because it was no bueno. It was no bueno. But honestly, Russell was a very key instrument, and again, I mean, you are looking at Richard Dean Anderson.
Yeah.
And, I mean, look, there's certain people that can do certain characters, and he's one of those that can do or could have during his period of time do almost anything. But from MacGyver to this show to other things that he was in, amazing.
So it's basically the offshoot show to this. The first one was Stargate Atlantis. And I gotta say, man, I was a real fan of Lieutenant Colonel John Shepard.
Yeah,
and he made that show. He was, I don't know, he was probably cut from the same block of wood that O'Neill was cut from. Very similar, militarily wise.
No, it was a different cast totally. The Atlantis show from this show?
Amanda Tapping plays in it. The one, let's see, Michael Shanks shows up in it a few times here and there. Oh, really?
No, I didn't know that.
General Hospital, no kidding. Did he play a doctor?
Oh, Larry says he did. Yeah, was that before MacGyver?
It's you know what? That's crazy funny that I remember that.
Oh, it had to be before MacGyver. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He would have done it afterwards. I mean, he would.
But it honestly isn't surprising. He does have that look of the soap opera actor. Just that I'm super fucking handsome. Sorry, but
Yeah, well, no, I mean he was.
Dude, fucking George Clooney. I mean, give me a break. I mean, come on.
So yeah, the characters are done well. I like all these characters, and some of these characters in Stargate, they showed up here and there on Atlantis.
Okay.
Yeah. And the ladies will be happy to know that Jason Momoa was in Stargate Atlantis.
He was.
He was one of my favorite characters in that show too.
I gotta say, he was one of the characters next to the Colonel. I liked him too.
Oh,
that must have been.
Yeah,
what year was that?
Ronan,
Dex?
Yeah, Ronan Dex. Yeah.
Ronan Dex.
Damn. Yeah. Holy crap. Dang. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, he was a badass in that show long before freaking Aquaman came along.
Little fun fact: Daniel Jackson appeared. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times in Stargate Universe.
Now, when did Stargate Universe come out?
Did you know there's a final cut of this?
Stargate Universe?
Yeah, Stargate SG-1 Children of Gods final cut. Oh, that must be the unrated one. Because when it was on Showtime, there was nudity in the original.
Oh yeah, they're boobies.
Oh, not rated. The final cut is not rated.
That's why. Yeah.
And it's 132 minutes long instead of 134.
Well, it was assuming it was the scene that the women are being stripped down and tested by the serpent alien.
Let's see if
Raquel Biggs. Yeah, the acting was no bueno, but hey, it was there.
In which one?
Say it again.
What are you referring to, Raquel? The acting was so bad, but which one are you talking about? In the movie or the show? I'm not sure which one she means. Culture, which one?
Mimosa.
Oh, Momoa?
I'm pretty sure Atlantis, but
okay.
It was. Yeah, I mean, well, General Hospital, of course, is freaking awful, but I mean,
that's.
I'm sure it was Atlantis. Yeah, there was some iffy, but look, all these shows had some iffy. I mean, this is the point in time when sci-fi was like transitioning into, what it eventually,
I mean, some of it was kind of corny, but yet you liked it. Though, I mean, at least I did. I still liked it.
Hey, I'd take corny over what we're getting now, like destroying the shows that the characters and the stories and the history of the shows we loved. I mean, I'd take a corny sci-fi show over that.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Hail corny sci-fi shows.
Yeah, something charming about them.
Yeah, it'd be one of those things that you'd watch on a Sunday afternoon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, I don't know. Momoa, if I remember right, I mean, he was in all of the freaking. I mean, I'm tired. I'm old, and I need to go to bed. But I'm pretty sure he was in every season of that show, and the character. I don't know. I mean, he's never been the best actor. He's just handsome and buff and good hair. I mean, well, good hair goes a long way.
What I'm looking at says Jason Momoa, 78 episodes from 2005 to 2009. Okay. So basically from the second season on.
Okay, I'm willing to believe that. I mean, they're really. I think, man, there were only. Were there 5 seasons? I think there were 5 seasons.
Yeah, 2004 to 2009.
Now,
yeah.
Raquel, I really liked Atlantis, but I didn't like the female lead. I didn't really like her in her role. She was out of place.
Yeah, but see, I agree. I argue with
her character. Her character was written pretty good. I just did not like that actress.
Who?
But
the lead female role in Stargate Atlantis.
Tory Fudge.
Now, I haven't seen Stargate Atlantis. What's the premise on that?
Crap.
Okay, there was Rachel Luttrell, who played Taylor Emagon. There was Tori Higginson, which played Dr. Elizabeth Weir.
Yeah.
That's the character I didn't like.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
Look, I'm going to agree with Raquel. After RDA left, that show did go downhill. There's no, look, you can't deny it. The show went downhill then. And I don't know. Certain people can hold things together, and Richard Dean Anderson he was the glue in everything he was ever in my opinion, as far as television goes anyway.
Yeah. It was SG-1 was different after Richard Dean left, but I don't know. I mean, I still liked it. I mean, it took some getting used to, with the new guy, but
the new guy, I was already familiar with the new guy. I kind of liked that actor. He came from what was that show that he came from? That other sci-fi show. I'm having a hard time remembering it.
There was a lot of crossing over of these folks in sci-fi programs. I mean, there's no
huge
about it. Yeah. Okay, well, that's straight out of soap opera. You have to remember the people that fed into these shows. I mean, the guys were talking about the weird crap that Hollywood does, when they were on FNT this Friday. So
right.
Yeah. God dang it, my brain's melting.
What is it? That new character came in. Was it was that season 8? They brought in the new guy, the ace fighter pilot, and they brought an ace fighter pilot in.
You mean the original show?
In SG-1 in season 8.
SG-1, the guy that took over, the actor Ben Browder, Lieutenant Colonel Cameron Mitchell.
Cameron Mitchell, that's the one.
40 episodes from 05 to 07.
Oh shit, that's the year they brought in Bo Bridges too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. That show kind of lost its thing. Well, look, it's 7 seasons. That was a good show. That's all I have to say about that.
Let's see here. Yeah, there was a lot of characters that went from SG-1 into Stargate Atlantis.
Mm. I liked how they crossed them. I like the crossover episodes too. When they'd have one of the SG-1 people in Atlantis, or vice versa or whatever.
But I would have to agree that the quality had gone down a little bit for sure.
Were they running? They were running concurrently with each other?
I think for a time they were, right?
I mean, Atlantis started in 04, so from 2004 to 2007, they were together.
All right.
I think that culture is it's time for Betty Bye.
It's bedtime.
Hey,
time for Betty Bye for culture.
Time to move to Studio B, bedroom.
Look, these shows were great. The crossovers were wonderful, which you guys were just talking about. That was one of the weird things about this show is you could end up with characters traveling from series to series, but it also fit together with the storytelling. So As much as I, loathe the idea that our RDA left the show, the movies kind of were good. Overall, the show was amazing. This very first episode, which we were focused on here, it was great. It set up the entire rest of this universe.
And just so you know, when we talk about episodes, we don't talk about every single thing because we want to leave just a little bit of mystery so that way those of you that ain't gone out and watched it, you can go see it. And there'll be things that we didn't spoil.
Yeah, and I think, but Bear, I was just saying, I think you're right. I mean, this, aside from what I said, where this is kind of the Easter basket episode, I think this carried over really well from the movie. It solved a lot of issues like Final Death Star was saying with the continuity, the continuity, however you want to say that word. That it filled some plot holes, I think. So anyway, that's it, pretty much it. But I do need to slide out, you guys. I love doing these shows with you guys. It's freaking awesome.
You're gonna slide out, eh?
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I do. And I got a show with Wes tomorrow morning at some point, or tomorrow. Well, it depends on where you are in the world. I mean, it's 11 a.m. PST tomorrow for the show. We do our culture review, talk about everything we talked about for the weekend. So I feel like I've caught just about everything. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great night. Be sure to subscribe to these amazing gentlemen that are around me. They're amazing. I am so close to that magic number for YouTube, about 200 hours away now. I went backwards in time. They found a way. They found a way to take 3 hours from me.
It's happened to me too, Culture.
Happens to me.
I went from 300 to about 200, and now I'm at like 270 again. So for those of you who are interested in checking out my channel, I could appreciate any support you could give me in as far as watch hours go. But other than that, Bear, dude, I love these, and everybody here, just have a great night, hang out, check out these dudes and their channels because they're awesome. Thanks a lot.
All right,
hey man, you have a great night.
I'm gonna run a stream for you throughout the night here as well.
Yeah,
let's help get his hours up so he can get monetized and everything else.
And those of you who see that Wes Moody put Culture's link in the chat.
Yep.
Good night. All right. How about a musical How about a musical interlude?
Okay. Let's run it.
Rock.
Let's get ready to rock.
I want to rock.
Sorry, I was being a little mischievous. We'll figure out why here in a minute. Because someone's probably talking and don't realize something. Oh yeah, got to be funny. Got to have humor. Hey, Shellback, you saying anything?
He's muted.
I know.
Does he know he's muted?
Nope.
I've been trying to say something real quick, but
he doesn't know he's muted.
No, I saw it.
I told you I was being mischievous.
Never mind. I'll shut up now. Never mind.
We love you, Shellback. You know that, right? All right, bing-a-dink. And the sound should still be connected. Yeah. All right. Fire-breathing dragon, or should we pick something else?
Oh, I like fire-breathing dragon. It's a good rocking one.
We have a consensus? Okay.
Well, the other two are silent, so I'd say yes.
Okay, I would say that we
consensus.
have we have a quorum. Whoa. I'm a fire-breathing dragon, and I'm coming for you. You got nowhere to run, you got nowhere to hide. I'm a monster coming for you. I'm a coming for you, and I'm coming for you. I'm a monster eater, baby, and I'm coming for you. I'm feeling kinda hungry, and I'm coming for you. You've been warned, coming for the monsters. We got the monsters on the run. I'm a fire-breathing dragon, and I'm coming for you. You got nowhere to run, you got nowhere to hide. I'm a monster hunter, and I'm coming for you. I'm a monster eater, baby, and I'm coming for you. I'm feeling kinda hungry, and I'm coming for you. You've been warned, coming for the monsters. We got the monsters on the run. I'm a fire-breathing dragon, and I'm coming for you. You got nowhere to run, you got nowhere to hide. I'm a monster eater, and I'm coming for you. I'm a monster eater, baby, and I'm coming for you. Kind of makes your hair stand a little, eh? I'm feeling kinda hungry, and I'm coming for you. You've been warned, coming for the monsters. We got the monsters on the run. I'm a fire-breathing dragon, and I'm coming for you. You got the monsters on the run. You got nowhere to hide. Got nowhere to hide. I'm a monster hunter, and I'm coming for you. I'm a monster eater, baby, and I'm coming for you. I'm feeling kinda hungry, and I'm coming for you. You've been warned, coming for the monsters. We got the monsters on the run.
Hail.
Hey.
Kronos was like, "What the what?" I think the music took him off guard. First time around the show, he's just got his cherry pop there.
Hey, it just so happens that I had Brewery City Pizza, and I have a 7-year-old that says that pizza must come in a brown box. He gets mad
brown
when it comes. Yes.
box.
Yeah.
So no white
Yeah.
boxes like
No.
Domino's, not a.
Oh, he
Domino's?
don't like Domino's. He don't like Domino's. It comes in a white box, and it's not good pizza.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Domino's is not really good pizza.
No.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he's right. He is right about that. Yeah. But interesting. Yeah, because what Pizza Hut is. I mean, I'm just going through the chains that everyone would know, but yeah, most of them. I guess it's kind. Though in New York, you would usually get. It usually came either on a plastic or a paper plate with a brown paper bag. They'd give it to you in, or if you got more than one slice, they usually gave it to you in a white box. They didn't really have the dark brown cardboard boxes in New York City, and I mean, I'll stand by that they have the best pizza.
I saw a video of a rat that was taking this giant slice of partially eaten pizza in New York, like on the subway or something.
Yeah, they want it too. It's that good.
Yeah, it was really something to behold.
Kronos, fire-breathing dragon. It's sort of like a metaphor, It's the primordial, fearful thing that echoes throughout, stories and mythoses and stuff like that, and it's kind of why I put it into the song. It's a good song. Yeah, I like it. I wrote the lyrics. All the songs that I sing, I wrote the lyrics for, and I find the instrumental in the YouTube free music section, and I find one with the right personality that matches the lyrics. And that one there was probably my. I've had folks say that it kind of reminds them of Black Sabbath, and I can kind of see that a little bit. And I wasn't really going for that when I did it, but it's just how it ended up being. Thank you, RR. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it definitely has a Sabbath vibe to it to my ear.
Then again, some of the other stuff, it's got a Velvet Underground sound going on. And
there's one that's a very Lou Reed inspired.
Yeah, and Lou Reed. A lot of my early stuff, everybody was like, "Wow, you really like Lou Reed," because that's my early stuff, and I really would love to run across some of my early stuff because, when you lose CDs and data and stuff like that, it disappeared, and I can't remember what I done with it. If I have a copy of it, it's one of those things where, yeah, that slipped away.
It's probably in a box somewhere.
Oh man, probably not here or anywhere else. Yeah, it's something I probably lost somewhere because what I did is I uploaded it into a computer and I had it on a computer, and I think that's one of the computers that went bad.
That sucks. Am I muted? What's going on here? Oh,
nope.
Okay.
I hear you.
I didn't prank you. I swear I didn't.
Got to check these things.
Because normally if I'm gonna prank you, I'll kind of in a very coy way kind of tell you, not really to give it away, but to give it away a little bit.
I think Shellback's still muted.
Oh, he is still muted.
I didn't mute him. He muted himself.
I didn't figure anybody wanted to hear my toilet flush.
Is that what we were hearing last time? I heard something.
Huh? What do you mean last time?
Last week?
Yeah, there was some weird background noise earlier.
Oh, it could be my fan. I've got my fan on in my room because it's just too hot. So we've got a heat wave that never ends here in California.
Yeah.
What's the temp in there today?
So today it was 91, which was cooler because it'd been it'd been 99 to 100 the last few days. So today at 91 was actually a little cooler, but I had to install an air conditioner in my in the room that I do this in because it was just getting too hot in here and couldn't deal with it anymore.
Good night, Keck.
Good night, Keck. Got an AC in here, which has a fan mode, and because if I put the AC on, it gets a little too loud when I stream. But the fan, I try not to use it, but when it's hot, it's like I just have to, otherwise I will die.
Hey, what you're describing was what I went through in June and July, because I can't have the window open when I'm recording a video.
Yeah.
And when I was recording those songs, doing the audio, I gotta have it closed, and I have to turn the fan off because the mic picks up the fan noise. A couple of my videos, some of the songs early on, the fan was on, and if you listen real close, you can kind of hear the fan noise in some of the early ones. And really, the only quiet air conditioning is the AC unit that's outside, away from the area of the house where you're at. That's the only. Really, it's the quietest.
Yeah, it's tough when it gets this hot because you don't want the sound coming in, but you also don't want to die of heat exhaustion. So
right. And I have a newer MW800, and it picks up everything. There could be a pound echo downstairs or something, and if it was silent and you were recording, you'd hear the noise in the background. It's that good.
Wow.
Not bad for a cheap $25 mic, Not bad.
Yeah, the fan is another instrument, Larry says.
Yeah, instrument of coolness because it cools you down. But you see, I'm sitting here, got the fan off. I'm recording vocals. I'm dripping sweat. I'm literally dripping sweat. And I'm doing these vocals. I'm getting it all ready. And you know, when you're there 8 hours of the day, it's hot and you're sweating. And finally, you got the song done, and then you got to redo it again. And then, yeah, man, I went through a lot of that because you got to close the door, close the window, and I made sure the fan was off. And then in between takes, I kick the fan on high and go, "Oh yeah, cool off."
Yeah, try to cool
But
it down.
was,
Yeah.
my God. So I know what you're saying about the dripping sweat in the room and hot and all that stuff.
Yeah. I did that for most of the summer until I got this AC hooked up.
So yeah, if those of you that ain't watched Stargate, this Stargate episode 1, it's a good place to start. If you've seen the Stargate movie, it's a good.
Yeah, I'd say if you haven't seen the movie, you should definitely see the movie first because this picks up right where it left off. So, or pretty much where it left off. So you should see the movie first.
You can watch it free on YouTube.
Oh really?
I was just thinking that.
Oh yeah.
I seen a whole bunch of movies free.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
What's great is I just watched it too. I watched it probably, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. I was just for no reason other than like, oh, I haven't seen Stargate for a while, and I decided to throw it on and watch it because I've always liked it. And that's great. Now that you said we're doing this, this stream.
Hey, guess what? I just searched Stargate on YouTube, and we're the 4th. Our show is the 4th result.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I ain't kidding.
Let's look at the.
Let's see here. I'll see. I think it's.
Hey, what's up, Apollo?
Hey, Apollo. What's going on?
Hail Apollo Patriot.
So we got my friends at the Popcast showing up first, then Gate World, then Movie Clips, and then we're the 4th search result.
Oh, and look, there's right beneath that is the
there's
picture we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
Now, then, and
video.
now. Yeah.
Oh, the Turkish Stargate mystery. Oh, this is there. That's oh yeah, interesting. I was looking for the Stargate movie itself.
Hey, CJ.
Normally, hey, what's up,
Hey,
CJ?
CJ.
Normally, on the live stream, if you scroll down, if the topic you're talking about, there'll normally be a free movie of that topic in the suggested. And I'm really surprised that it's not there. Because the last time we were talking about Star Trek, one of the Star Trek movies showed up. In the
Kronos is saying it's too bright. Too bright. Get dark mode. We were talking about that earlier, dark mode.
Yeah.
It's funny. It goes before he was in, but yeah. Apollo says, well, of course, he says, hail, and I love Hera from Rebels. We all know you love your blue Twi'leks. But then he says, R.I.P. the shrimp. What shrimp?
Okay, so that's from one of our streams when we had Drew on. I was unaware of the Twitch thought phenomenon, and there's this. So we were looking on Twitch, and we found this girl that was like deveining shrimp, and she was cooking shrimp, and the shrimp were just like burning in the background while she was performing for her Sims. She did a really bad job deveining them too. It was
funny.
So yeah, that's where R.I.P. the shrimp comes from. It's also where this comes from because she did some weird stuff. Here, I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
What the hell am I doing here? Hold on. No, I don't want to share a screen. I want to do this. So she's doing this weird shit with the shrimp, and she disappears off screen, and then she comes back in this.
Oh, here we go.
And where you? Oh, whoa! A teddy bear suit? Like she's wearing it?
Yeah, it's the weirdest shit ever.
It's like some
This-
furry.
Oh, was this the
Yeah.
girl that was wearing a shirt that was kind of open almost all the way down to her belly button? Is that the one?
Nah, I think that was a different one.
Oh,
different thought.
Yeah, different thought.
Yeah. So yeah, that and in the background, the shrimp is burning. That she did a bad
That's
job
funny.
of deveining.
Poorly deveined.
And she'd do these weird dances in the bear suit. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Never forget the shrimp. Now I get it. Okay,
Oh man,
that's pretty good. Yeah, what a weird freaking person to come out in a bear suit.
that's
Yeah. And then she just
yeah,
and then
they
she-
haven't.
and then she
Go ahead,
disappeared. She disappeared for a while, and we caught her on a different stream, and she came back and was wearing an ankle bracelet that she didn't have on before.
Oh, shit. Oh man! Wow. She's caught up in that furry life. That's what happens.
Yeah,
Dark
yeah.
places.
I definitely think that she has another night job.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I would think so. Why else would you have that suit as an adult? I mean, unless it's Halloween, but even then,
hey, on the Stargate 1994 official trailer, we are the third video suggested right now. That is wild.
especially if there's
So
like
we're
Star
getting
Trek
algorithm
talk.
love. We're getting algorithm
Yeah.
love.
Yeah, about time.
yeah, right. It's not often that happens. Yeah, like Culture was saying, and Wes, you were saying it happened to you too. My hours, I've noticed that they they mess around with them. My view count too. I'll have a video, I'll go to bed and it'll show, whatever number. And then I'll wake up the next morning and all of a sudden it's lost like 15. It goes down 15 views. Like, how is that possible?
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
the views
yeah.
do go down too. Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to get a screen recording of it. I just forget in the morning. I hit refresh to see and I forget to screen record it. But I want to try to get screen recording of it to see. Like, look at this. Like, how is this possible? I have less views than when I went to bed. But yeah, YouTube plays games, so it's nice if the algorithm's helping us out a little bit.
Yeah, big time.
Is that how Kronos? Is that how you got here? Did you see? Because you said you're a Stargate fan, so did you see that this was recommended under Stargate content, or I wonder if that's how you found the stream. Be nice to
Yeah,
know.
I put hashtag Stargate.
I see that. Yeah, I see that, which is a good idea. And maybe that's how we found us here.
Because what I did is I put hashtag Stargate and hashtag sci-fi and hashtag hang loose.
Hang loose.
Hey, that hashtag, that hang loose is popular, man.
Well, you fit right in with the chat.
Yeah, and Kronos, we've seen you
Funny.
before in other chats, so it's cool of you to stop by, man,
Yeah, for sure.
and hanging out.
Hey, DJ.
What's up, DJ?
What's up? You bought the views. Oh, he says he knows you from the past, Bear. So he must have been in maybe the stream before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for remembering me. I really appreciate that. Hey, we have a saying: we got the best chat in the community, and without the chat, we wouldn't be having no fun, because it's the interaction between us and you that creates the show.
That's right.
Hail the chat.
Hail the chat. Best chat
Hail
on
to the
YouTube.
chat. Oh, I spoke with Tommy earlier today, and so he's making progress, but slow.
I was gonna ask about that actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he has found some cool little things here and there, and and when he stops by, I'll let him tell you guys about the stuff that he's been finding. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to give nothing away just in case he wants to use it for a video or something.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think about him. I thoughts and prayers are with him. He's going through a tough time, so it's good to hear that he's slowly getting through it. And yeah, I look forward to having him back on for sure. I miss talking to him.
Has anyone noticed that the Geeks and Gamers Discord is like going off the hook?
I'm such a boomer when it comes to Discord.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got it installed on my
gotten into
phone, so
Discord.
my phone is like vibrating like every 2 or 3 seconds, every 10 seconds, and it's the Discord. I'm getting notifications. I'm getting notifications for Doomcock server, and yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah, Doomcock will do those Patreon karaoke things on Discord every once in a while, and I was in the chat, and I was there on Discord for like 45 minutes, and everybody's like, "Oh wow, what an amazing song!" And they were doing like the clap emojis, and I'm like, "What's going on? I don't hear anything." And you have to get into a voice chat too to be able to hear it. And I was like, "Oh," because I thought it hadn't started for the 45 minutes.
Oh,
like,
someone
what's
put
going
a
on?
really long comment on your guys' show earlier.
Which show?
Which show?
Rogue Entertainment.
Oh, a really long comment?
Yeah.
Good or bad?
I don't know yet, man. Normally when they're really freaking long like that, it might not be good because he replied with a video to my comment. It's like, man, I was running errands. Man, I'm gonna have to catch the rewatch because I was out and about, and I noticed. I went and checked, and it's like, oh man, because I had to go out and about and do some stuff earlier and get some things and do this and do that before going live. And it's Fred Till 4 hours ago. And
Wow.
I can tell you that the word oppression's in his first paragraph, and I see the word equality and the star Brie Larson.
Oh boy, here we go.
Has made a reasonable, refreshing call for inclusivity and.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it's not a good one. It's
so
not a good
yeah,
comment.
I had a feeling for the first paragraph. I'm like, I'm seeing some key words here that are used quite a bit in arguments that go nowhere.
Yeah, I go nowhere.
So you get a chance, man. Check that comment
I
out,
will.
man.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll read that later.
Because my comment, he replied to it with a YouTube video. And let's I'm gonna forget the name of it.
Maybe we should play the video and rip this jackass a new one.
And it's Peter Sims' video, and I'm starting to wonder if Fred Till is actually Peter Sims. Because I'm not subscribed to him, and Brie Larson, 40-year-old white dude from 3 weeks ago, and the guy put this video, and he's the one that commented the other one with those certain words that were saying certain things way ahead of time, giving warning. And I'm just like, yeah, I watched a little bit of the video earlier. It's like, I'm going to have to watch that video. I got a feeling it's one of those things where meme territory.
Yeah. DJ says the comment said, "Final, turn off your damn fan." DJ, you came in here a little late, but I just gave a discourse on why my fan is on, because it's freaking 91 degrees and I'm not going to die of heat exhaustion. So it's on. You gotta just deal with it, because I can't. I had it off for a Rogue show, and I was dripping with sweat. I'm like, that's it. I just have to have it. I don't have the AC part on, so that's as good as it's gonna get until it cools the heck down, because we're in a heat wave and it just won't go away, and it's October, so I have to have it on because it's just too hot. Yeah, it's crazy. I know.
Yeah, at 9:21 p.m. it was 57 degrees up here.
Yeah, wow. That's
And as of right now, it is still 57 degrees. And it wasn't very hot today. It was like maybe 60 something, 70.
I'd love that weather right now. That would be.
I bet you would.
Yeah.
It hasn't been hot since August, dude.
I just downvoted Fred Till's comment.
Oh, you downloaded it? Can we share it? Is Is it okay to share?
Is
it worth? Well, first of all, is it worth
I don't
sharing?
think the downvotes. It's just that SJW nonsense.
Oh, okay.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll downvote it too.
Unless it's ridiculous. If it's just the typical stuff, then. Here's something though that's trending on Twitter right now, which I find, I'm not surprised by this, but so the LGBTQI community is trying to reclaim the hashtag, or I guess just the name, Proud Boys, by sharing posts of love.
Yeah, because they're a white supremacist group who is actually led by
a black guy,
non-white guy.
Yeah, I know. I find that really funny that they tried to pull that, obviously not knowing that like the head of it is not a white guy.
It's because Trump.
So yeah, real quick, Kronos, he doesn't follow Twitter, and would you agree with the sentiment? We kind of use Twitter sort of like a playground, kind of, a gathering place, and it's kind of how we use Twitter.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
Yeah, as a YouTuber, I think it's pretty essential to have a Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody does. Like Mondo Merc doesn't have a Twitter. He refuses. He's on Discord.
Jeremy left Twitter.
Left?
Well, he has a private account, but I mean his main D-Day Cobra account. He left it because they suspended him. They didn't ban him, but they suspended him, and then he just decided he wasn't going to come back. He was tired of it. I don't blame him. I mean, especially with someone like him, he's kind of big enough where he's able to do it. Plus, they've got their own website with Geeks and Gamers, But for us, we kind of need to have it. I think it helps us connect and kind of group, like you said. It's kind of a grouping meeting place.
Yeah, the group
more
chats
so with our
about
chat. Yeah, it's more so with our like the chats than actual Twitter feed. Yeah.
Well, I knew that there were deranged people in the world before Twitter came along, but now I can actually see it in writing.
Oh man, some of the stuff that they were saying when Trump announced, that he had the coronavirus, or that he had, God damn it, that he had the pink elephant.
Wait. People are dancing on his grave already.
Oh man, it was disgusting.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's some seriously rude people in the world,
And it wasn't just coming from.
It was coming from media.
Yeah,
it wasn't like just Washington Post. I think it was Washington Post that posted I think they had to retract it, but it was a terrible.
Imagine a world where you don't have to think about Trump.
Yep.
The?
And it said, imagine what it will be like, as if that it was absolutely going to happen. Yeah, and
they pulled it because they're like, well, now it's in bad taste, and it's like. Yeah. Wait a minute,
they didn't realize that before, right?
I don't know. I there's a lot of TDS out there, and many of us have talked about it. We have family members that otherwise seem like they would be intelligent and normal, well-reasoned people, and it's just shocking when it's like they regurgitate some of this crap that is nonsense. You got sick from a hoax. Like, he never said that the pink elephant was a hoax. He said that the response, that them saying his response, was botched, was the hoax.
Right. Yeah. He's never actually said that the thing itself was a hoax.
And it's easily debunked, and they won't even freaking watch it.
Yeah.
It's only like a 30-second clip. It's obvious what it is.
Yeah, they know it's there. I mean, they intentionally do.
Did you guys see the CNN news article? It shows the interactive picture. It shows where everybody was sitting, who was wearing masks and who wasn't.
No,
yeah,
I didn't. Where was this at?
It was the same day later on that the president tested positive for pink elephant.
Huh.
And
here's the thing.
They're saying that people that were there also tested positive. That he
Oh yeah, well, there were a
may
few
or may
people
not
that
have got it from.
a few people now have tested positive. I think one of the stories I heard was that he might have gotten it from the where they had the press conference to announce that Amy, was going to be the Supreme Court nomination.
I believe that
people,
was the one.
Okay, yeah. I have seen that picture then, yeah.
Yeah, CNN's got an interactive picture of it.
Yeah, of course they do.
Of course. But you see, basically what they did is they just gave the Justice Department a very good investigative tool. It tracks everybody that was there sitting. And you know that if you intentionally give someone a sickness, that's a crime.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here in California, it's a misdemeanor now, but it used to be a felony.
I was going to mention that. Yep, they downgraded it to misdemeanor, which is crazy because I mean, if you give something, something like HIV or something that's really dangerous, I mean, it could kill someone. That's crazy. It's just a misdemeanor now. I don't know how the. Well, I know what the rationale. I know why they, what they say, why they did it, but it doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, Kronos, I don't trust Fox News anymore either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that intent has a lot to do with, the law. That's why you have conspiracy as a crime. Anyway.
Yeah.
Soapbox.
Now talking about conspiracy is a crime.
Yeah.
Oh, thought crime. Thought crime.
Yeah, thought crime.
Thinking
it's
is now
it's
illegal.
It's going to turn into Minority Report, where they assume they predict you're going to do something, so they arrest you beforehand. Guilty.
That's actually a real. That's actually a real thing. They're really looking into that.
I know. I've
I've
actually seen a story on that.
I've been persecuted in this way already.
That they thought you were going to do something.
Oh, I got blamed for some shit, and they ended up being wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. But it's all good now.
Yeah, thought police. Yeah, that's right. Oh, gruesome Newsom. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you talk
gun
about
grabbing Gavin.
Yeah, when you talk about things in your home, that's protected by the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
When you say stuff in your home to be secure in your property and say whatever you want in your home. First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment. What the hell is the Third Amendment? I know there's a Third Amendment. No one talks about the Third Amendment. What is it?
That's a good question.
One of those obscure amendments,
God, I used to have them all memorized too.
I just stopped after
something with war. I think it's something with war.
Yes, no soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in the manner prescribed by law. So it was the quartering of troops.
Right.
So basically, it doesn't matter whether it's martial law and the Constitution be suspended; they still cannot be quartered in houses. That's the Second Amendment.
Yeah, because Third Amendment.
Yeah, Third Amendment. That was a big deal back then. During the Revolution,
right, they could just house up a soldier with you. You probably find that a little less likely. Well, although I don't know, we haven't had a war on our shores, so it's tough to say. If that were to happen like here, maybe that law would probably all of a sudden become very important.
Well, I think, what was it, the War of 1812, the last skirmish that was close to here? It was on, was it Lake Huron that was on? It's one of the Great Lakes.
The Mexican War.
Well, I would say the Civil War was probably
the War of 1812.
The Civil War was after that, though.
Yeah, but that was the one.
But that's not foreign. War. Yeah, and that's not foreign. The Mexican War. I think that was after the Civil War, wasn't it?
The War of 1812 was the Revolutionary War 2.0.
Pretty much.
Because Britain came back to try and do it again, and they failed.
Oh,
well, I think that we kind of provoked some things with that one. But
the sequel, Revolutionary War.
Yeah, it was a sequel. Yeah.
What was the Mexican War? That was after the Civil War.
Yeah, no, that was before.
Sure, right?
That was
before the Civil War.
1840s. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was right before that.
Yeah, we had just in between the time that Tyler was leaving office and Polk was coming in, Tyler signed the bill to annex Texas, and Mexico, I think, said that Texas, the border was at the Nueces River and not the Rio Grande, and so there was a disputed area, and we wanted California and everything, and we tried to buy it, and Mexico wouldn't sell it, so we kind of put some people in that disputed area and said, hey, you attacked us on our own soil, so we're going after you.
Yeah, when it comes to the Second Civil War,
Oh, I don't want that sequel, Larry.
I don't want that sequel either.
I don't want that sequel.
And if anything were to eventually kind of like try to happen like that, it would be put to a stop and it would be crushed totally.
Depending on who was calling the shots, though.
That is true.
I think one one side maybe it wouldn't be crushed so soon.
Yeah, they sure did. The War of 1812. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember. I had to do a report about it in social studies in 7th grade. About the War of 1812.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, in school anymore, they don't teach about these historical events anymore. They just propagandize students.
Yeah.
They don't even print the actual text of the Bill of Rights in the textbooks anymore. They just like for example, the Second Amendment. We need they won't have the actual text. They just say this amendment is for militias and for I forget the actual verbiage that I saw in there, but it wasn't about the right to bear arms. It was a very qualified right to bear arms that was incorrect.
Yeah, Larry says the Brits burned down the White House in 1812. Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, the people that like the anti-gunners or whatever, and they're all like, the Second Amendment is for, it's for
hunting. Militia.
It's for militia.
It's like hunt. Well, they usually go for the hunting first.
It's like you look at them and you're like, when this thing was written up, who do you think the militia was? It was freaking Jim Bob down the freaking road, and they're like, hey, put your plow down. We need some help. And
grab your musket.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like,
it
was civilians.
It was written to protect, because they knew what they had just gone through from leaving England, and the tyranny that England had over them. So they were when they were founding the country, they decided, well, let's make sure the people. So if this country ever gets to a point where it's acting like a king, or queen over the land, the people can rise up and protect themselves, because they didn't have that opportunity in England. They had to come here, they had it here, but they couldn't do it there. So, there was a reason. It was specifically to stop a tyrannical government from taking over, from the people taking over the land and complete control. That's what it was for, 100%.
Yeah.
Not, it was not for hunting. It was so that the people have the same equipment that the government has, that the military has, that they can protect themselves from a tyrannical government, because they had just went through that with England. So
if you happen to be a person that is patriotic and wants to put this country first, idiots think that you're a fascist.
Larry,
brainwashed idiots.
The funny thing about the Supreme Court, they're constantly changing their mind. And the biggest problem that we have for Supreme Court is they're interpreting. They're not supposed to interpret. They're supposed to say what the law says in the writing and the words and the letters and all that stuff verbatim. I don't care what their opinions are, but they go with their opinions sometimes and their feelings. And feelings, I don't care about their feelings. I care about constitutional law being held accountable to.
And verbatim says it shall not be infringed.
Exactly.
Yeah, look at it. Read what
What's
it
up,
says.
DJ? How you doing, man?
What's going on? You guys can hear me good?
Oh, DJ.
Hey, DJ.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear you.
What's going
What's
on?
up? What's going on?
Nothing much.
What do you think about the whole Second Amendment and Supreme Court's wishy-washy feelings on interpreting it?
I don't really know.
I feel like if you take it and you read it verbatim, you take it literally, and you put it in the context of when it was written, given the circumstances, and you just take that and say, okay, what was it written for? What was their intent? I mean, that's it. That's all you need to do. You don't need to try to figure out, well, had they known today? No, that doesn't matter, because you could say that back then. Well, had they known, from their point of view, from 100 years, 200 years prior to that, I mean, you could go through that forever. Just take it in context of what was their intent when they were writing it. And their intent was to protect the people from a tyrannical government, because that's what they had just gone through. So it's pretty clear that's what it's for. It's, it had nothing to do with, well, it's for hunting and, no one needs an AR to hunt with and blah, blah, blah. I mean, that has, you take that amendment and you write that put that in the context of when it was written. It had nothing to do with that hunting,
Yeah, well, they also try and say that, they say it's a qualifier that you can only bear arms a well-regulated militia, and that's their way of saying that only police should have them. And it's two separate statements. It's a well-regulated militia necessary to the security of a. Hold on, let me make sure I get it verbatim here, because. God damn. I get the text of this thing. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It's two separate statements.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's two separate statements.
And well-regulated militia was them getting together in their groups.
Right. Yeah. Not a police force.
And the militia, like I said, the closest thing that some of these yahoos could reference, even though it's not, entirely historically accurate, but it's pretty close, is the movie The Patriot. Because that's what that was. They got Mel Gibson to lead a militia, which were civilians that were actually free to leave at any time. That in fact they actually even showed it at one point in the movie. The one guy was like, screw this, I've had enough, I'm leaving. Yeah. But it's, and the thing is that militia and the militia are really the ones that won the war for us, other than getting help from France. But the militia were guerrilla fighters. They were actually ambushing and hiding behind trees, and they weren't using the the traditional lining up in an open field stuff like the regular army. So they actually had more success, but
yeah, Heath Ledger was in The Patriot, and he does play a pretty good role too in that movie.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays his
Pretty
son,
good.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very well played in that movie. Yeah.
Mm.
Good movie. But yeah, I'm from northwestern Indiana, from Gary, and I lived in other areas. I lived in Porter County, next to Lake County, and Lake County's in Gary's in Lake County, and everyone there owns guns, and you know, and I've never owned a gun, but my dad taught me how to shoot a gun. He taught me basic gun safety and stuff like that, the do's, the don'ts, stuff like that. But with me having kids and all that, I'm not going to own a gun because basically they are at that stage where they find everything, they get into everything, and I don't have the proper materials like a safe or something like that to put a gun in to keep them from getting to it. Because I got a buddy of mine, he's got a gun safe, and he's got quite a gun collection, and he keeps all his guns in a gun safe, and that's the best way to basically keep kids from getting to the guns, keep accidents from happening that are needless, and but I've always believed in the Second Amendment, and I'm sure someday maybe I'll own a gun, but probably when my kids are grown and they can't get into shit. That's basically why I don't own a gun, because my kids are at that stage where
Well,
they will find anything.
well, check this out, Bear. Okay. So my dad always had at least one firearm in the house. That, like, his 12 gauge Winchester was always around. I don't have a memory of that gun not existing in the house, right? And the gun cabinet was basically like a damn China hutch, it had like a little hook latch on it or whatever, but it was nothing like the quote unquote, like the gun safes that we have today, right? And I never got into it and shot myself or shot anybody else, because we were taught what these things can do, okay? And we were also taught that if we got into said gun case, that we would get our asses freaking beat within an inch of our lives. So it's the stuff that they have today is kind of ridiculous. It's just, you can teach your kids how to handle things, without having them behind 6 inches of steel,
Right.
But
Yeah, that's I choose not to own a handgun or a rifle. My father, he had a 22 long rifle and maybe a 20 gauge rifle when I was growing up, and it wasn't something that I played with. And besides, when he wasn't using it, he took it apart. The upper came apart from the stock of the gun, which is the lower, the trigger part. And he always kept those taken apart and had them put up.
Yeah. If you want to see a good, if you want to see good video.
Do you know what gun they were using in Stargate SG-1?
Yeah.
I think it was the P-40. I don't know if that was an actual real weapon or fictional, but it was one of the machine guns they used in SG-1.
Yeah. I'm kind
of segueing away if you catch the drift.
I've actually seen those, but real quick though, if I may, if you want to see a really good video, look up Steven Crowder, Common Sense Gun Control Debunked. It is hilarious.
I'll check that out.
But
So how you doing, DJ? What you been up to, man?
Nothing much. Just making videos here and there.
Yeah, I'm making
And
songs
music.
here and there myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing songs.
Anyways, guys, back to what you're saying. The problem is that you can't discipline your children the way I was disciplined like 20 years ago. You know,
Exactly.
you get children and youth involved, and you know their parents. They take away the kids from the parents. So how would you regulate any of this? You know, the reason that there's so many mass shootings now is because the kids aren't disciplined.
Right. That is
You know,
absolutely true.
I didn't have to fear the police. The thing I had to fear was the belt.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That scares me into not
Same.
doing a lot.
When I was a kid, it wasn't necessarily the belt, it was my bike. If I did anything wrong, my bike got taken from me, and I was grounded from no wheels. And when we're talking about a kid that takes his bike everywhere, yeah, that was like having a boulder fall on you, a boulder of no fun. And
Yeah,
so
bikes were the main way of getting around anywhere
Yeah.
when I was a kid
And,
too. We biked
So
everywhere.
you get your bike taken from you, and you're grounded to the yard. You can't leave it. It's like that was the worst. And for me, you know, I had when I was a kid, I had a 15-mile radius in every direction that I could get to. And when you lived in Hammond, Indiana, when you were a kid, man, there was all kinds of cool, interesting things to see. Because you had crumbling old 125, 140-year-old buildings and warehouses and all that stuff to go investigate. Fun stuff like that. Railroad tracks freaking everywhere. So a lot of stuff for an 8-year-old to get into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we would do the same thing. There's a lot of wooded areas, you know, where I grew up. I was from Pennsylvania originally, and yeah, a lot of wooded areas and old broken down cabins and you know, train tracks. I know what you mean. There's so much to explore, and you know, broken down. Like we got into an old mental asylum. It was like out of a movie, you know. Like we actually got into an old broken down mental asylum once. It was creepy as oh my gosh, it was creepy. But there was a lot of that stuff in Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, to get into as well.
Here in Washington, the Western State Asylum is the old fort.
Oh wow!
It's an old military fort. Yeah, it's a historical place. And when you drive by it, it just like feels really freaking weird when you drive.
I would say there's probably a lot of weird energy going around there.
Oh man, you know.
Man, yeah.
It was a military fort. I'm sure there was some battles fought there. You know, there was Indian wars here in Washington State, and they lasted longer here than they did everywhere else.
Oh wow, yeah.
See, that's one thing right there. Like, I'm not like one of those people that like, oh yeah, ghosts and this, that, and the other thing, you know. But you know, it's like I'm not gonna say that they don't exist either. You know, it's like I'm like one of those people. I'm like, you know, I'll leave them alone. If they leave me alone, I'll leave them alone. You know, it's like.
Yeah, Angela Straven. My dad was from Heidelberg, Pennsylvania. That's like a suburb of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, and that's where I'm from too.
Oh, I was gonna say Germany.
No, Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh area.
Heidelberg.
But I know where Heidelberg is. Yep, I know where.
Well, I do believe there's a Heidelberg, Germany.
Probably.
There probably is.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's probably named after it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's my dad grew up in Heidelberg.
Oh, for Lancaster and Harrisburg. Okay, yeah. So you're central.
The Allegheny River. It caught on fire once.
And that's where I'm close to as well.
You're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You're
remember,
close to where,
I went to
Harrisburg,
Pittsburgh College. Yeah. I was born in Lancaster.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You went to Pitt?
Yeah, I went to Pitt, but I was born in Lancaster, and that's where I'm at now. So
okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's a lot of Barry. Your dad's from there. Scott went to I think where'd he go? Duquesne. Where'd Scott go? I think he went to Duquesne, and you went to Pitt.
I'm starting to see a pattern
Born
here.
raised there. I know a lot of Pittsburgh. Well, you know what?
My grandma came from Pittsburgh.
Well, I'm not
Your
a
grandma
Steelers
came from
fan.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I went back and visited
one's
her.
perfect,
Actually, we went to
DJ.
this place. We went to this place called Kennywood Park.
You notice that?
Cool.
You notice
I know
that
Kenny.
East
I grew up
Coast.
at Kennywood.
You notice that
Kennywood
East
all
Coast
the
draw just is getting drawn out. The East Coast draw, you know.
Yeah, well, I do tend to. Yeah, when you're around people that speak the same and have that accent, you kind of slip back into it a little more.
Well, in '94, for 3 months, I lived in North Kingstown, Rhode Island, on the Narragansett Bay, and I said that properly too. Basically, you drive over the one part of the bay, and you get over to the Newport. You guys familiar with the Newport Music Festival? It's only
In Rhode Island.
Yeah. It's where Dylan kind of got. He was a big thing at the Newport Music Festival when he first became popular. Yeah.
No, I don't think I am.
Yeah. And the bridge that they used to have over that, my God, it was the steel ones you could see through. Oh, geez, man. I hated going across that bridge. So I really hated when my ex-fiance was driving. She used to scare me, driving-wise. And normally if I was driving, I was okay because I didn't look down when I was driving. It's when you're a passenger, then you're looking down. It's like, holy cow. And that was a tall-ass bridge. Man, it was a nosebleed steel bridge across part of the Narragansett Bay to Newport from North Kingstown.
Wow.
And beautiful area, man. Some of the best clam chowder you ever have in your life I had there. Lobster bisque. Oh, man. Crab cakes. My God, man, it was great.
Oh, man, I love lobster.
Krabby Patties.
Crab cakes. I guess crab cakes would be kind of like Krabby Patties.
Krabby
almost.
Patties.
Yeah. Yeah, Hershey Park, man. A lot of Grateful Dead shows happened at that place.
Hershey Park. Oh, Hershey Park's pretty famous.
Yeah.
That's where the Hershey bar is.
Chowder.
Yeah, Hershey
Hey,
PA
we
is
used
the
to-
Hershey bar.
When I first moved to Rhode Island in North Kingstown, me and my buddy, we used to go to this bar. They had grilled cheese sandwiches, and it wasn't that yellow cheese. It was white American cheese. It was real.
Oh,
American
white
cheese.
cheddar?
Yeah,
Like
white American cheese. It's real quality American cheese, and it tastes like the yellow stuff. Only it's real.
Why's it got to be white, man?
It's just the way it was. They didn't put food coloring in it, and grilled cheese made from that, fries and a pickle, $1.50.
$1.50?
Yes,
Wow.
lunchtime, $1.50. So we hit that thing every day, man. Yeah. So basically, you have a beer, you have a grilled cheese, fries, and a couple pickle wedges. Freaking perfect, man. There
Yeah,
are
but
places all over there like that. And when I lived there, they had just gotten over a scandal where the governor had embezzled all the money from the state and skipped and left.
Wow.
And when I had moved there, everybody had old cars. They were basically recovering from the embezzlement that guy did. I still don't know whether they caught the guy or not. But yeah, things were real hard back in Rhode Island then.
Yeah. Well, the minimum wage was like probably like $3.75 back then.
Well, on the East Coast was probably $2 something. In '94 on the East Coast, it was probably $2 something. $2.75 or something like that. $2.80.
My first shop, I made $5 at Wise Markets.
$5?
$5 an hour. That was 2006.
When I was 17, I was working at Blue Beacon Truck Wash, and I was working 7 9-hour shifts every day because the truck wash was slammed. And so there was times where I was working a 12-hour shift sometimes because I worked over. And that day, for Blue Beacon, we broke in the same day. We broke the daily record, we broke the monthly record, and we broke the yearly record in the same day. And our paychecks that week, we all had almost $2,000 paycheck that week after taxes. Because we were making serious bonus. And it's back when Blue Beacon's bonus system was good. Uh-oh, lost final. And, you know, it's not easy to break a daily record, a monthly record, daily record, weekly record, monthly record, and yearly record. We broke them all, man, smashed them all. And it was not a freaking easy thing to do. And so we were making something like hey, and we were making like about $5 an hour base wage, and but that was a lot because the most basic base wages was $3.86 at that point when I was 17, and plus the bonus we made huge. We made huge off of that. That whole month we were doing real good.
Do you, or DJ, you too? Do you guys know of Clark Bar? Does that ring a bell? Maybe Bear, maybe you too, actually.
Yep,
Clark
I
Bar?
know of it, but I never had one.
Okay, yeah, they went out of business, but they were great. But they were a Pittsburgh.
Is that why I
chocolate
haven't been
company.
able to find them?
Yeah, they went out of business a while ago, but their factory is right in downtown Pittsburgh. Yeah,
because I had one about
they were good.
6 years ago. That was the last time I have. And then the only one that's close to the Clark Bar is the Fifth Avenue.
Oh, I remember Fifth Avenue. Are they still around? You never see them anymore either.
Oh, you gotta look. You gotta look. It's hard. They're hard to find.
Yeah.
But yeah, Clark Bar, Fifth Avenue. Basically a softer version of the Butterfinger, and only a little bit more creamier and softer.
Yeah.
There was also the 100 grand bar. I never see that either anymore.
Oh yeah, they had like the white
100 grand bar.
Yeah.
The thing when you'd eat it, you'd be chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing, and an hour later you're chewing. Yeah, I remember that. Remember the Reggie Miller candy bars?
No. Reggie Miller. I remember
player.
Babe Ruth.
No,
baseball
Babe
player?
Ruth,
Oh, I know Reggie
baseball
Miller.
player Reggie. There was a Reggie Miller candy bar when I was a kid.
You mean
Mr.
basketball?
October. No, Reggie Miller was baseball. Oh no, Reggie Miller. No, yeah, you're right. Reggie Miller was
Or you talking about Reggie Jackson?
Yeah, Reggie Jackson.
No, Reggie Jackson. You're right.
Reggie Miller was
Hey,
basketball. Yeah.
I mix them up all the time.
Well, I went along with you because
Hey,
that sounds right.
Think of it. I'm going back to when I was like.
So that was like the early 90s then, right? Like the real early 90s?
No, I was 8 years old.
Oh.
That was more like.
Hey.
Reggie Jackson
78.
hadn't played since like the late 70s. He was Mr.
Oh,
October in
yeah.
like late 70s. Yeah.
Bear, it's
Yes.
okay. It's okay. Because one time, my brother and his family were visiting back home in Missouri. Right, we were all at my grandmother's house, and we were talking about the Cardinals, and I was just all in serious conversation, and I was referring to Yadier Molina, right? The face of the Cardinals, the great catcher. I was referring to him, but I was saying Alfred Molina.
Doc Ock.
Yeah. So
Alfred Molina. That's funny. Yeah, it's easy to get some names confused, especially when
Larry, you're right, but a lot of people always like to think of the Baby Ruth bar after the baseball player. It just stuck. But you are correct.
I'm named after the president.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too. It was Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Bro, the Reggie Jackson candy bar is apparently named after Reggie Miller, so we've learned two things today.
Hey, I mix things up. all the time.
Do you?
It makes for great humor. And
yeah,
hey.
Absolutely.
I'll own it.
Are you guys? Well, Bear, because your dad grew up there, and then DJ and Angelus. Are you guys Philly fans or Pittsburgh fans? And now I know you said you're not a Steelers fan, DJ, and no one's perfect, so I'll let you slide on that. But
I'm an Eagles fan.
oh God, so Philly all the way, huh? What, Bear? What about you?
When first off, if you're from Indiana and you work at Inland Steel, you're a Steelers fan no matter what.
Oh, because of the steel connection?
Yes.
Yeah.
Automatically. Given. Boom. Done. Support. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I love the Steelers.
Yeah.
Now, what was the baseball teams? I really...
Well, we had the Pirates. Pittsburgh is the Pirates. The Phillies, the Phillies.
Actually, I've always kind of
the Pirates. Well, yeah. I mean, they were great in the.
They haven't been good since Barry Bonds was there.
Yeah, Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonilla, Andy Vance. Like we had but we did well in the mid 2000s. We just couldn't break that wild card game. Mm-hmm. But we made we consistently made the playoffs at least.
I think my brother liked the Phillies.
They were good too. They had a good streak.
But I remember liking both. I remember liking both teams when I was a teenager and a kid. You know, because I had remember the old NFC triangular pennants and the NFL pennants from the 70s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Remember when there were NFC pennants, which is
yeah.
Because the NFC doesn't really exist anymore.
No, it doesn't.
It's not the way it used to.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought that the NFC standed for the National Football Conference, which the NFC was a different thing. It was like
it was a different like league. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it was the NFC Football League and the NFL Football League, and then I think the winners of each would play each other.
It was like the same with the basketball. There was the NBA and there was the ABA, I believe it was, until they merged.
Now with
Dr. J.
Now with the NFL, you got the with baseball, it's the American League and National League, and now with the NFL, it's just National Conference when they go to the Super Bowl. Because
there's the AFC and NFC. Yeah. You still have the American football, AFC and NFC, and one team from each goes.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of different conferences. I mean, there's like how many in each?
There has been so many changes.
Well, there's East, West, North, and South, and
there's 4 teams in
both
each.
Of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Being I was from Northern Indiana, Chicago Bears. Automatically.
Oh, so you're a Bears like by heart? Bears fan?
Yeah.
Well, you're 3-0 now, and you got my guy Nick Foles. The Super Bowl MVP.
It's basically I don't follow the game super big time. I just like to watch every now and then. And Bears is something that I watched a lot when I was a kid. Walter Payton was my favorite football player when I was a kid. I had a Walter Payton jacket. I had a Walter Payton jersey. I had Walter Payton everything when I was a kid.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I was young, like growing up, the Steelers were terrible. The last time they won the Super Bowl was when I was born in 1980, and then they were terrible. And we had season tickets growing up too, so I went to every home game. Oh man, for most of my like young, childhood and into teen years, and it was terrible because they were just lose. So we went to one Super Bowl and we should have won. And freaking what was it? Neil O'Donnell throws like an interception, and it was to Dallas in like the fourth quarter, and we lost the Super Bowl. And that was pretty much it. It was bad growing up. And then all of a sudden we get Ben. I leave Pittsburgh and go to college, and I'm in New York, and then we get Ben, and we start winning, and the whole team turns around. But yeah, growing up it was bad. I'm still a diehard Steeler fan, but it was not fun at my younger years. Now it's been more fun in the 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah, with some of the controversial stuff going on with the national anthem and football and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's so hard to be excited about it.
It really is, but and it's like the big question mark of why all this just dumb, stupid shit, you know. And every now and then I just like to watch a little bit of football, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I watch the
And,
Steelers every week, but that's really
and
it.
I love my favorite. I don't care who is playing. The one thing that I really like is grudge matches. Two football teams that have historically hated each other.
Oh,
Man. And that would be like the Steelers playing the Packers.
Or
Something
Cowboys
like
and
that.
Eagles.
Or
That
Steelers,
too.
Cowboys.
I remember the Cowboys and the Eagles, some serious, almost bloody matches when I was a kid. Football, serious injuries. Those grudge matches. Bears playing the Green Bay. That's a grudge match.
Steelers and
Automatic.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Used to be the Browns, but now it's the
I
Ravens.
love those games. And the Washington Redskins, there's a couple teams they played that was just like.
You mean
Yeah,
the
but now-
Washington football team?
Yeah, now with that name change, it's not the same, you know, with the grudge match.
Oh my God! What's their name now? The Washington football team?
Yeah, I guess they're going to come up with something else next year. I don't
They
know.
better.
But I think that was the owner trolling everybody because he didn't want to change the name ever, he said back in 2013. Because they kept trying to get him to change it for years now.
Yeah, that's just silly. It's silly. But that's the day and age in which we live. Silly day and age.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my boys are, defending Super Bowl champs, and the last time I looked, they were 3-0, but I haven't watched a single game, so it's like.
Well, the
Yeah, funny
Steelers are
things like
3-0
that,
right
yeah.
now too, but we haven't had really any tough teams yet.
It's just I don't really care about seeing anything other than them playing football. So
Exactly.
I just haven't bothered.
If we want to watch
who we
politics,
play
we can watch
tomorrow?
Fox,
Yeah.
or CNN.
DJ, the Steelers play the Eagles tomorrow. There you go.
Well, you'll probably win because Carson Wentz sucks.
Or is that tomorrow? Maybe that's not tomorrow. We might have a bye week. That's actually the 11th.
Unless everyone gets COVID like the Patriots did.
Oh yeah. I know, it's not weird. That's crazy that I don't know. That's crazy. All of a sudden, the whole team pretty much gets it.
Well, you figure it was going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just isolate everyone. I guess that's next week. I guess it's not. I guess we have a bye this week, so it looks like it's the 11th that we play the Eagles.
Oh, and you just made me think of something too, because it's like, and I don't know. I think it might have been on the Rogue 4 thing tonight or whatever, and it's like people were talking about masks and Trump, Trump.
Yeah, we were talking about that
and all that stuff, and it's like, and the thing is, the masks that people wear aren't really doing shit anyway. It's just a freaking optical illusion to make you feel better. Because
it's a feel good thing.
Yeah, kind of like a
the
placebo.
disease or
Yeah, I heard a good analogy of like trying to throw or trying to have a soccer goal, the net of a soccer goal, having that try to stop a baseball. Is like an analogy of like, obviously the baseball's going to go right because the holes are too big. It's the ball's too small.
Virus is a smaller microns or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of like the micro lubricant explanation. The oil lubricants are basketballs, and the micro lubricant is golf balls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna get through there. It's just not tight enough to stop it.
We gotta tighten down the hatches.
I can't do it, Captain.
Well, and plus, they've gone back and forth on whether to wear them or not. First, the CDC says no, they're no good. It's not going to help you, and then all of a sudden they are going to help you, and it's mandatory. I mean, it's
Well, if you look at the fine print of every kind of mask, it tells you it's not going to be 100% protecting. Even the 3-layer cloth ones, they say, will only do so much. You know, come on, man.
Yeah.
When something is like the common cold and the flu, it spreads basically the same way, and maybe it's only just a little worse.
Well, see, you probably need something to cover your eyes and ears too, but no one really thinks about that.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of open areas there. I like Mikkel. Yes, I know Mikkel, but if I said football in here, everyone would assume I'm talking about football, in which there is no net. So I have to say soccer. But I do agree with you. It's definitely, even by like logical terms, football is what we call soccer. I mean, foot to ball. It's like the most logical thing. I totally agree. It's so silly that we call it.
I never understood that either, because all they do is field goals and punts.
Right, that's it. That's the
You
only
handle
would the NHL sound really good instead of the NFL?
the NHL.
Yeah,
that's
there's
National Handball League.
yeah, there's already
Well, but then there's the
the National Throw League.
Yeah, that's true, because there is already what would you call it? Because handball would be probably the most at national throw.
Well, I think they were like, well, we'll start the game off by kicking it, and so we'll call it football because you kick it.
Yeah, I guess
so.
so.
It
And you carry and you
start
run.
off with,
Right, you do
Yeah.
kick it at the beginning,
Yeah.
and that's about the only time, unless it's a
Yeah,
field
but
goal.
now they're trying to get rid of that. Now you see the XFL didn't even have that.
Oh yeah, well they view it as, I don't know why they're trying to get rid of it. They view it as dangerous.
Larry says TSA at airports are for show. And that just reminded me of a conversation that Wes and I were having in the green room tonight. And that the subject was me and myself. I absolutely refuse to get on a plane. I would be like Mr. T. You'd have to drug me because I am going to try, because if you try to put me on a plane, I'm going to try and knock your head off. I'm going to try and kick you in your balls. You're not going to get me on a plane. I'm going to fight till the bloody fucking death.
Well, is it height or what is it?
Well, I come from a family where dreams come true when we have dreams.
Yep.
And I think I was like 18, maybe 17.
Oh, you told me this before. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
I had a dream about a plane crashing into Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
I was standing on the beach, and I was looking up, and it was going over me and crashing into the beach and broke up in 3 or 4 pieces. And it was a TWA plane because it was red and white. I could tell by the colors. And ever since that dream, I will not get on a plane. Nope. Not
Fair.
Yeah,
Challenge accepted.
I'm a bad flyer. A lot of the same reason that Bear is talking about. I had a pretty vivid dream about a plane crash that was pretty disturbing, that stuck with me for a really long time.
I will be the Hannibal to your B.A. Baracus, Bear. Dude, seriously though, I have gotten some of the
ready
best
to have
sleep.
your balls bruised.
I have gotten some of the best sleep of my life at 30,000 feet. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm married, so I don't need to be in the Mile High Club.
I was just thinking that. That's funny you said that.
Yeah, well,
I used to fly. I used to fly.
No,
just with no fear. Like when I was younger, I had no fear of crashing or anything. Now that I've gotten older, I start I don't know, I get those thoughts more, and I never used to think about that as a kid. And I'm not like afraid to die, but it does pop into my head like, oh my gosh, what if we go down? What am I gonna do?
Oh yeah. Hey, the Piper single engine aircraft? They have the wing above the roof.
Yes.
When I was 12. You know the entertainment booklets, they had coupons?
Like you're talking about the
the old entertainment
digest
books.
kind of things?
No, it's an entertainment brand booklet. It has all different kinds of coupons. It's normally like a $200, $300 thing that you buy. And in this booklet, there was a free introductory lesson to the flight. And
you
you
learn
had
how
to
to
be
fly?
you had to be 12 years and older for it. And so my dad asked me if that's something I'd be interested in, and any 12-year-old like, hell yeah. And so the instructor had me do everything on the plane, all the safety checks, had me call all that stuff out, start the engine, accelerate the plane, took the plane off. He didn't touch a damn thing. He just told me what to do. And so that was Hobart, Indiana, where that took place at. And Maryville was about a 35-minute drive, 40-minute drive the back way, and maybe 30-minute drive taking I-65. Well, that plane, it took like 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes, 6 minutes to fly there from Hobart to Maryville. It was a 15-minute round trip there and back. We did a circle above Maryville and then came back to the Hobart airfield, and he had me landed. He didn't touch a damn thing. And let me tell you, it was a rocky-ass landing. It was one wheel, the other wheel, bounce to each wheel, boom, to boom, to boom, and then land. It was rough.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
I bet that kind of thing sticks with you.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
thing,
man.
though. Those smaller planes, like you hit an air pocket in a Cessna, and it feels like you drop like 6 feet, and your freaking, asshole and your freaking mouth meet and all that shit.
Yeah, your Finkster goes places where you don't want it to.
and and that's the thing. I mean, it's a lot more unnerving to fly in a small plane than it is, like a commuter, commercial commuter plane, or one of the big planes. But no, I mean, I don't mind flying at all. I mean, I like I said, I've had some of the best sleep of my life, at 30,000 feet, and I've, pretty much flown around the world, so.
The Piper aircraft that I flew, the wing was above the cabin, above where you got in. It didn't have the wings.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
below
Larry
the body.
says Cessna's above. Oh, yeah.
Because
Bumba.
Piper had both.
That movie, that definitely instilled some thoughts into my head though when I was young. But you're young.
Are you sure Piper don't make an above? Could have swore they did.
Mikhail, you could take a boat though, right?
I was thinking of Piper. I was thinking a Piper Cub was overhead wing, but
yeah, I guess you'd want to fly though out of New Zealand. You wouldn't necessarily want to take a boat, but you could if you had a terrible fear of flying.
Ships, planes, and trains.
Ships, planes, trains, and automobiles. The remake. Well, allegedly they're remaking that movie or want to.
Which movie?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's a classic with Steve Martin and John Candy. It's like a Thanksgiving Day movie, and classic movie, really funny. And they want to remake it, of course, with like everything else. With I think it's Will Smith and Kevin Hart. Yeah, I think it's Will Smith and Kevin Hart.
I hate when they do that. They just want to slap the name on it and change everything else about it.
Yep. It's never as good.
Like, come up with your own name.
Come up with your own. Yeah, exactly. Right. A different movie with those two. Don't just take something that's already established. It's the same old thing. Taking something that's established that has a deep love. I mean, that movie is like, it's literally a classic, and then they just want to switch it, make it modern, throw their labels on it, and that's it. And it's watered down. It's never as good. It loses all of its charm and originality.
Well, it's kind of like what they're trying to do with Scarface now. They're trying to remake that too. Third time now, but it's going to be a Mexican guy now.
Right. I heard that. Yeah.
Like, no, it's going to be Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, they changed it again.
Michael B. Jordan now is going to be Scarface.
Can't do better now, Pacino. Come on.
No, yeah. Some movies just they're perfect as they are. You don't need to mess around with them, remake them.
Yeah, Larry. We're talking about memory from when I was 12. So it's pretty easy to see mixing up a Cessna with a Piper aircraft. Because I'm looking at some aircraft, and it's looking like it was the Cessna 172 possibly in that model group.
Yeah, I hear you. Definitely a little drinky drink relaxes you.
Oh yeah, I always.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I was 12. I did not have no drinky drink to relax me.
Yeah,
that was all nerves.
Well, like I said, Bear. I mean, like the Piper Cub is like a overhead wing design. I think it's like a little bit of both. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're right with that. You know, I mean, they make, you know, overhead design and below as well. But
Hey, Wes is getting tired and he wants to head off to bed.
you know what?
I'm still gotten a little bit of energy, and I got probably another 30 minutes in me.
I probably will have to head off too because I just looked at that time, man. It's 1:30.
yeah,
Yep, 126.
yeah, it'd be good time to wrap up.
And we'll 3 songs, and you guys go ahead and tell them where you can be found, and after that we'll throw 3 songs at you, and we'll rock it out, and we'll say goodnight after that. How about that? Sound good?
All right, sounds good.
That sounds good.
No, you don't want us to end. You want us to keep going, Kronos?
These 5 6 days.
Word Bach.
Wes, you wanna?
Oh yeah, I guess we're going from top down. Yeah,
I guess.
I am Wes Moody, the Wes Moody Webcast, to talk about pop culture, current events, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it is my webcast. Hope to see you there. Thank you, my friends.
Hell. And once again, everybody can be found in the info below that here is on this panel. Shell, you're next.
Shellback TJC, YouTube and Twitter. And maybe at your local grocery store on the side of a milk carton.
That's it.
Okay.
and when I say everybody on this panel is on that list in the info below, I'm not kidding. Everyone's there.
Or on the side of a milk carton.
No. And so yeah, that threw me off. Milk carton.
Oh man.
So those of you that are new in the chat, that are not chatting, that are ghosting, if you want to sub to these guys, you can find them in the info below. And okay, so let's see here. We got the Clarion, the 4th Clarion call.
Wait, DJ's got us.
Yeah. DJ and Final,
DJ?
both. I think.
Well, my name's DJ Skandalous. If you like old school hip hop news and old school hip hop remixes, you know, you can find me anywhere, YouTube, Twitter, under the same name. That's about it.
All you need to know.
Yep, that's all you need to know.
You can find DJ's info in the info below. Like I said, everyone on this panel's down there.
Look at that, given like you're looking like the Rock there.
Yeah, pretty much everyone always says that.
Yeah, you got the eyebrow raised.
Given the people's eyebrow.
Given the, are you smelling what the Rock's cooking look?
Except
the only reason I do that, it works on the ladies.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it started out with a hoot in the green room, and it followed to the live room.
Yeah,
you're not planning on making any commercials for Biden, though, are you?
No, definitely not.
So, Final, tell them where you can be found and what new you got going on.
All right, you can find me on YouTube, Final Death Star, also Final Death Star 1 on Twitter, and you can find me on Tuesdays and Saturdays on Rogue Entertainment on author Stephen Walden's channel. You can find me here, obviously on Saturday nights, and also tomorrow night on Enter the Nether. That's on my channel. Tomorrow night's going to be 7:30, and I'm going to be talking with Flipped Out. And yes, DJ, we're going to get you on too.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what we talk about. I only brought up the Bermuda Triangle because
that's a good one.
You didn't do it yet. You know?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff surrounding the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes. Yeah, there is.
Plus, there are triangles on the opposite end of the globe that connect.
I know. The Devil's Triangle. Right through the center of the earth. Yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah.
I'll have to catch that one. That's kind of stuff that's right up my alley.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So let's do this real quick as well. I look and let's see here. So we got the Fourth Clarion Call, Cellulose Gods and Heroes, and Ghost Bear Show. What do you think?
I like it. All three of them.
Rock it.
All right. Now I will put that back.
I'm not really hearing it.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I thought I was the only one. I was going to go to the stream. Like I can hear it faintly, but I think it's through his.
Yeah, Bear. Hey there, Bear.
Hey, that's not my fault.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, folks! Word to the wise. Word to the wise. I haven't take that screen share down when I shared the audio. Yeah, but what I have to do is I have to stop it because we just found a glitch. All right, let's. I gotta.
No, my mic went out last week when I was right in the middle of Enter the Nether, and it goes out. And Drunk 3PO's in the chat is like, dude, check your chat. And I'm looking at the chat. It's like, everyone's like, no sound. I can't hear you. I don't know why. It just went out.
It was for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sometimes we just discovered that StreamYard has a glitch. I haven't taken this screen share down, and I shared the sound, and the sound worked. And if we look here...
Yeah, I think there's definitely a glitch.
Yeah, definitely, because a lot of times...
I do live a cappella.
a lot of times when I have the main share, I can leave it there while other people share their screen and we show other stuff, and then I can put it back up. And so it's probably a good idea to take it down and reshare it because just discovered a glitch. All right, shall we try it again?
Yeah, why not?
Phase 2.
Phase 2. Everyone hear that?
Nope. I don't hear nothing.
You got to push play.
Phase 3.
I did. I pressed the pause button, then asked. Everyone hear that?
Well, you could just sing it live for us.
No, same thing.
That is crazy.
Oh, I hear something. I don't know what was that.
Yeah,
that's someone
I heard a
else's.
crowd. It's cheering or something.
That was my soundboard. I have this program. I didn't know if you guys could hear it or not.
Yeah, I could hear that a little bit.
So let's be serious here. Could you guys hear that? Yes or no?
No.
No.
I did share the audio.
No, I couldn't hear it.
Nothing.
All right. Audio is shared. Chrome tab. There we go. They say the third time is a fucking charm, eh?
It's the
number 5.
I was ready to karaoke it.
Yeah,
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Is your love on fire? Glitches! Fire and sea. Call the clarion. Raise the fire. It takes a historian to call the clarion. You need a wind caller. Call the elemental of air. A touch of fire spirit. Salt of the sea. The fourth wave, always back, 4 doors to go, 4 steps away. What is real? Let's catch the deal. Maybe we could, maybe we should do something about it. It's not the end, it's just a little bending of the fourth wavelength. Universe changing, mind bending, never ending. Gotta get some, it takes a historian to call the clarion. Then you need a wind caller, then you need elements of the earth. A touch of fire, a little salt of the sea. The fourth wave, back, 4 doors to go, 4 steps away. What is real? Let's catch the deal. Love on fire, wind over earth, fire and sea. Call the clarion, raise the fire. It takes a historian to call the clarion. You need a wind caller, call the elemental of earth. A touch of spirit, salt of the sea. The fourth wave, always back, 4 doors to go, 4 steps away. What is real? Let's catch the deal. Maybe we could, maybe we should. Let's do something about it. It's not the end, just a little light bending. The fourth wavelength. Universe changing, mind bending, never ending. Gotta get some, it takes a historian to call a clarion. Then you need a wind caller. Then you need a wind caller. You need elements of the earth, little salt of the sea. The fourth wave, always back, 4 doors to go, 4 steps away. What is the deal? Let's catch the deal. Love on fire, wind over earth, fire and sea, all clarion. Raise the fire, it takes a historian. Call the clarion, you need a wind call. Call the elemental of the earth.
Yeah, I still love that one.
The wolves are gathering around. Line the queues, turn the lights down. Normies and paper cowboys. Wolves gather around, fatal attractions and their distractions. Don't cancel the movie, don't cancel me. Don't cancel the popcorn. All the bellicose and the cellulose slime you turn the lights down. Are you ready for the greatest picture show? Let's get to it, let's do it. Don't you blow it, get to it. Careful what you sow, put a little bow on it. Get to it, what's a little package? Why that is a little package. Go Going to the picture show, so nostalgic it gets heraldic. Speaking of something told, was it foretold? Was it foreshadowing? Chattering, it's all that matters. You know, it's a picture show. Interconnecting, never disconnecting. Saving the world one song at a time. Saving the world one song at a time. Saving the world one song at a time. Wolves gathering round, line the cubes, turn the lights down. Normies and paper cowboys. Paper cowboys. Wolves gather around, fatal attractions and their distractions. Don't cancel the movie, don't cancel me, don't cancel the popcorn. All the bellicose in the cellulose line, the cues turn the lights down. Are you ready for the picture show? Let's get to it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Don't you blow it. Don't you blow it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Careful what you sow. Careful what you sow. Bow on it. Get to it. Quite a little nice package. Go to the picture show. So nostalgic, it's heraldic, speaks of something told. Was it foretold or was it foreshadowing? Cut the chattering, it's all that matters. You know it's a picture show. Interconnecting, never disconnecting, saving the world one song at a time. The world one song at a time. After this, we'll say goodbye. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. There's no troubles here. Like a light on a train, southwest bound. Time stop running, let the rain wash it away. Gotta walk the line, no more fines. Gonna walk the line, sing a song of long ago. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. We're gonna start on spare time. Ghost Bear time. No, I'm not man in the moon. That has the sound so profound. Man with the sound so profound to be found. A little bit never hurt no one. A little bit never hurt no one. Go for the show. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Just need a scarecrow to scare the children. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. There's no troubles here. Like a light on a train, south windbound. Time to stop running, let the rain wash it away. Gotta walk the line, no more fines. Gonna walk the line, sing a song long ago. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Well, where we start Ghost Bear time. No, I'm not the man in the moon that has the sound. Sound so profound, man with a sound. So profound to be found. Love the keyboard in this. A little bit never hurt no one. Go for the show. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Just need a scarecrow to scare the children. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. There's no troubles here. Like a light on a train, southwest bound. Time to stop running, let the rain wash it away. Gotta walk the line, no more fines. Gotta walk the line, sing a song long ago. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Well, with that, we'll say goodnight. And like that says, subscribe to FinalDeathStar.
Oh, hell.
Great plug.
Great
Great
place to pause. Because
Shameless
I left
plug.
a few seconds on the end of this song for the thumbnail to play out. Because he got the multiples going on and all that stuff. So we got the greatest chat in the community. Thank you for chat. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. You know, we're not all perfect, and sometimes we do things, and sometimes, you know, we just like look around and go, what happened? Then we laugh about it, and we go on. And thank you for this chat, man. You're awesome. You guys are great. You make this fun. And so with that, thank you, panelists. Thank you, Wes Moody, for stopping by. I hope you have a great sleep. And thank you guys for hanging out and having fun. And we will see you next time. Next Friday, there's going to be the Four Horsemen. And final, I would like if you could be on that one, if you could. What time is good for you?
Friday? I'll let you know. I'll let you know through the week.
Because I was thinking maybe a little bit earlier. Hey, did he lose internet?
I don't know what happened.
I'm here. I left the internet
it
real
went,
quick.
it went kablinky. I'm just like,
Yeah, right
huh?
after that.
Yeah. My internet's been kind of unstable.
You're like, I'll let you know. I'm out.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
I go sleep.
Well, with that,
I'll be his replacement. Don't worry.
No.
been a-
I'm here.
yeah, the past couple Fridays haven't really felt right for a show, and I go with my gut feeling on a lot of things sometimes. And I think this Friday, there's going to be a Four Horsemen show.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And so we'll have a smattering of different stuff and all that stuff, and things that go bump in the night, urban legends, you know, UFOs, of course.
Oh yeah, that is up my alley.
Yeah, and so we'll see you Friday and Saturday, and figure any time between 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 9 Pacific Standard Time. So it'll be a little bit early, and it'll probably happen according to final schedule, whatever you can.
Yeah, I'd say probably 9. Probably 9 is better.
Yeah.
That's probably good.
That's why I put the wiggle room.
Yeah.
Gotta have wiggle room.
Gotta have the wiggle room.
All right, we love you, chat. You're great, and we appreciate you. And thanks to the panel. And we will see you next time. And you can find